Will it be shot stone? No, it will not. And Russia will win their first medal.
Another third-place finish here in Sidorova.
And it will be 3 straight bronze medals for Russia. And on this second day of the Women's World Curling Championship from Beijing, presented by Ford of Canada, they're heading towards a high of about 20 degrees Celsius. Team Canada back on the ice after having this morning off. Last night, they won 6-2 over Germany to win 2 straight out of the gate on that opening day. There were games this morning as well. Switzerland won their second in a row. Pingyu Wang, the Chinese former world champion, has now lost to, and Italy surprises Scotland 7-6. So after one full day plus a draw this morning, there you see Canada and Switzerland at the top of the table. If there's an early surprise, it has to be China, who are still winless in their first 2 games. As on this Sunday, we say hello, Canada, and welcome Vic Rauter, Cheryl Bernard, Russ Howard. The Canadians were dog-tired after getting off the ice yesterday.
Oh, they were, and you know, it's just a day. The very first day of the event is everything's out of your control. It's a hurry-up-and-wait day, so for them to walk away with 2 wins and get some much-needed rest last night will be good for the rest of the week.
And for the Russians, we get Anna Sidorova back. She was not at the Continental Cup, but she is representing the country here.
And they're definitely back. We've only seen the one game, but 86%, an impressive victory all the way through the lineup for this Russian team, 86% against Korea.
So that's our matchup. Sunday afternoon, Beijing, Canada against Russia.
The 2017 World Women's Curling Championship is brought to you by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for 22 years. The 2017 World Women's Curling Championship is brought to you by Sponge Towels Paper Towel. Nothing absorbs like it. By World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. And by Home Hardware, homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
It's time to meet the teams now. It's brought to you by Home Hardware, homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice. Team Canada out of the Ottawa Curling Club played 2 very good games. Joanne Courtney at second. She was given the honor of carrying the flag for this Canadian team in the opening ceremonies. It's her first appearance at the Worlds. Team Russia, they come from the Moskvich Curling Club. Familiar names to most of us now with their lead, Kira Ezek, Alexandra Rayeva. She used to be Saitova. She just recently got married. Margarita Fomina and Anna Sidorova is their veteran skip, now in an 8th world appearance and coming off 3 straight bronze medals. And in fact, they beat Canada and Chelsea Carey for the bronze medal in swift current. As the players take their practice slides, again, we'll make mention of the fact that you can see those what appear to be cracks in the ice. They've had some water problems early when putting in the ice, and that water separated the paint underneath, but it is nothing that would affect the stone.
Yeah, it looks a lot worse than it really is, and obviously the way some of these teams are playing, it can't be that bad. It's a fantastic surface, but the good water that's on top that Hans Butrich and staff have put on top, the bad water comes through it, it'll bleed right through, so it'll eventually get better.
Canada has won the draw to the button, and so they will have the last rock here in this opening end, playing the red stones. Russia will play the yellow. And it's a Russian team again, I don't want to say secretive, but within their federation, we're not quite sure. They were supposed to be at the Continental Cup in Las Vegas. They were suddenly withdrawn, this team. They said it didn't meet their schedule, but they had it in the schedule. Suddenly were pulled out. Then we saw another team, of course, at the Europeans. Now we see this team back.
Yeah, it's interesting. And I think, you know, we've talked a little bit back and forth on the team that's challenged Sidorova, which is Moiseva. And that has been interesting for Sidorova, I think, pushing them a little bit. They've dominated really Russia for so many years and haven't really been pushed. And now they've had to actually respond to another team.
Well, yeah, like who's going to go to the Olympics? That's the big question. So there's two teams that are neck and neck now, which is good. That's going to make them better.
Moiseva won the European Curling Championships, beating Hasselberg in the final.
So Kira Ezek, center line, just bites the top 4. Lisa Weigel.
Hans was saying there's still a few spots in the ice he's not quite happy with, so it might make it slightly inconsistent for draw weight, but we haven't really noticed it. And he thought maybe the speed might be a little quicker, so it'd be interesting to see who picks that draw weight up first.
Hans Vutrick, of course, the noted ice maker from Gimli, Manitoba, is making the ice here. He does a lot of the World Championship events, and he will be the ice maker for the Olympics in Beijing in 2022.
That's what makes him so good, is he's never happy. You know, he's a perfectionist. We've watched him and listened to him fret about ice and conditions, and pretty amazing.
I'm not very happy either sometimes. But
that's right.
I know Russ can be hard to put up with.
Yeah, well, hey.
We're familiar with this building, of course, as it hosted the World Men's Championship just 3 years ago in 2014. And they had, the curious thing about it, Russ, is as we go up and down the sheet here, they had the similar problem.
Yeah.
Finding that pure water that you need.
And the problem that time was they seemed to have the right water, but there was the tanks that were used to carry the water into the building had kerosene in them, which ruined the good water.
Exactly.
Per Hans can't win. But, you know, both these teams, you look, Russia was 86. Canada's actually slightly higher than that in their 2 games. The ice has to be pretty close to perfect to have numbers like that.
Alexandra Raeva, former world junior champion.
Both these teams played, Team Canada played 7 events this year. Team Russia 6 events this year. So they're about 30, 45 games each. So pretty comparative as far as games and numbers go. As far as success, definitely the edge goes to Team Canada. 73% win percentage compared to 47% for Russia.
That's where the big difference is.
Okay, that's time. Now let's do the keys to the game, and we'll start with Russia.
Well, one thing, Vic, is remember last year they knocked off Chelsea Carey and Team Canada to win the bronze medal, so they've got to think confidence there, and it's Margarita time. Margarita Firmina has to knock off Emma Miskew to have any chance to win this game.
I like it. I like it. Yeah.
All right, I'm laughing.
I thought after we heard that Anna Sidorova's favorite player was Russ, that he might put to Russ with love.
With love.
Canada's keys.
Oh, this is a tough act to follow. Holding court. It's definitely Joanne Courtney. Rookie at the Worlds is pretty impressive. 82% her first game, and then she bounced back with a 91% after that. So pretty comfortable out there. And you talked about Rachel. She still feels that the ice is a challenge. Both games Saturday, she felt it was not as consistent as she wanted. So she's still figuring out and learning for playoff weekend.
Keys to the game are brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. I'll score a tie. I really thought a court was pretty
good. You like that holding court? Thank you.
I did.
What?
But you're right. I mean, the team still to this day, they got some help. Rachel and the team talked with John Dunn, the coach of the men's team, Kevin Cooey. Nolan Thiessen, of course, was part of that team, who now works with Curling Canada. He gave them some advice. one of the things they did was they got a hold of their translator from 2014, and they were put in touch with somebody who can speak English and can lead them around. We need something. Okay, I know the store to go to get that, to help that comfort level.
Wow, there's so many challenges already that you're dealing with. You don't need that extra stress to have to find out, you know, where things are, and you've got somebody that can immediately take you there. Food, if you've run out of something, maybe they didn't bring protein powder, who knows what it is. So all that kind of stuff can be addressed with somebody. And it's just to be comfortable for Team Canada. They're out of their element as it is, so they want to be comfortable when they're over there, and as many comforts of home as they can.
Boy, that's something. She runs it back, sticks it, leaves it a little bit in the open. But I tell you what, she missed that first shot of hers yesterday and then was totally dialed in, Emma. You know that old thing about double get you out of trouble? Right. I mean, she did time and time again.
Well, the thin double set up the four, Cheryl. That was the key.
Amazing. And then that brilliant shot by Rachel, that little soft tap in turn for the four. It's a great team end by Team Canada and the entire team.
I thought also, Russ, was the key in that game against China. You're only going to get so many opportunities. And when the Chinese made a mistake, albeit it took some good shot making. Oh, Homan. Oh, it's not Margarita time here. As she slips into the back 12. You're only given so many opportunities. When in that ninth, when the Chinese missed that guard, bang, Canada jumped on them for three right away.
Yeah, they turned it right around. They were in trouble that end until that guard was missed, and that's how important the guards are. And that's part of the strategy here this week. There's tons of finish, more than we saw at the Brier in Newfoundland. So the guards aren't going to be as easy as they would have been at the Brier, and that cost China in that particular end, number 9. But it's the finesse shots that have impressed me with this young team from Ottawa. We knew they could hit. We talked about it forever, and I've made the statement a few times that you know their weakness, if there is one, are the soft shots. I don't see that lately. They're making everything, and the numbers are so high. And don't forget the time change. Like to do what they've done this quickly is very impressive.
And they'll drag it to the back of the tee line, back edge of the 4, sitting 2. Again, if you weren't with us yesterday, this Canadian team started preparing for the trip. Last week, they started switching their body clocks, trying to stay up at night so that they would be prepared. But yesterday, the opening ceremonies to a person all said it was a very, very long day.
Well, you're standing around so much, you're waiting for so many things to happen. It's out of your control. You can't go put your feet up, and those are just long days to deal with. Get through that one day, and then the rest of it is a lot more under your control because you're kind of pushed out of your routines, the things that you typically do before a game. You might have a nap. You can't do all that.
Interesting call here. Looks like you could probably make that double if you skinny the guard. It might jam on the back yellow, but I think would spin out of there. This is pretty dangerous without the advantage of last stone.
This is an 8th appearance at the World Championships for the 26-year-old Anna Sidorova. 2 Olympic Games, Vancouver and in Sochi. Sochi was a disappointment. They only managed a 9th place finish at home.
There's too much noise on them there, I think, Feke. There's just too much pressure. They just, being the home team, was just so much media attention.
What are we looking for here in terms of a time?
Probably, it was yesterday we were getting 13-8, just about a 14.
And they won't get by that stone top 4. Now they push it out into the open. But a chance here for some big points, Russ.
Yeah, that was the problem with playing that shot. It wasn't wrong. It was just now there's a chance for 3 on the board, not just 2. So tough in the first end. You're not positive of your rocks. You're not positive of the pebble to curl.
Would you ever have played the other turn to come in? And if you left it in such a position to remove it, they might have to jam it on the Canadian stone.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I think they could have hit that top one that was now out in the open.
Yeah, that's what I would have even looked at.
I think I like this more than guard, like try to come for second. Yeah, and then I don't really have much. still a tough shot. I mean, just back 8.
Yeah, that would be more like a hack weight shot, though. That's a lot of weight when it's kind of a little bit buried.
Yeah, I don't love the guard either. She can still come in here. Like, she can wick off. And hers are curling, so she can get right in. Then we'll have nothing. I think if we try to play this just with back 8 weight, roll in a little.
I like trying to move that yellow.
Yeah.
I think I like trying to move the yellow.
And if it's a little light and just draw, like if we leave it even with this one, it's
If I
pretty
can
good.
crash the guard and guard ours, it's not bad
Yeah, you
either.
can crash and roll off. It's not bad either.
That's my best guess.
It's the
Yeah,
tightest
so
line,
Rachel back 8.
I think I need back 12.
Okay.
The only thing when I hear discussions like this, Cheryl, we could do this, we could do that, and even if we crash, what are you playing?
Yeah, there was a lot of discussions on what the error could be and what is the final call of the shot. I agree. So they talked about back 8, and then Emma was talking about, if you're light, then you could just come off this shot. I think for Rachel, when she sits down in this hack, she's got to have a definite plan on what she's throwing.
What is it here to T? 13 and a half? Yeah.
Big opportunity here if you could get to the inside, miss that back red one. Rachel won't get quite as much curl as Anna will. That inside out motion.
Hack weight, that's more than they called.
Now we go. Courtney. If they can just get across the nose, tap that stone back, and then roll inside. Cross the nose, tap it back. Oh, they'll get away with the rub and the roll, and they'll still sit there for 3.
Pretty nice result. I think it was just a little bit more weight, which I don't blame her. First end, you're going to overthrow it a little bit. You don't want to be down.
Yeah, you had to get it by or the whole end would disappear. Really good.
Stop! Go her on the yellow! Stop sweeping! Stop! Go her on the yellow! Harden!
Very nice.
Really good.
Even with all that rotation, that really moved at the end.
Yeah, and Anna's over curled and hit the top one, and that's what we watched in the game against China. The Chinese team missed everything narrow for the longest time, and we've just seen it out of Anna Sidorova's first shot. And I really truly believe the Homan releases will throw you off for a little while. Now you have to roll buried here, and Rachel still got that red raise. You almost have to roll behind the red one.
Yeah, sandwiched between the 2 reds.
Tough spot.
Final stone for Russia. Out of the Moskvich Curling Club. And they will sit right there.
Boy, you sweep that, Cheryl, you get that back red.
They were totally focused on getting the roll.
The roll, yeah.
Yeah, and she threw like.
That's some of the best thirds you see out there, are the plan B thirds,
right.
the thirds that are aware and call that.
Yeah, you can't hope halfway down
No.
or it's going to curl to where you want it to. You got to make something. So the choice not to hit on her first one could cost her a 3 here.
Control. How do you think this will run? I think it'll curl up the hair. Okay. How are you going to throw it, Reed? Positive. She'll come back. Control weight. Yeah.
Final stone looking to crack a 3. Right here in the first.
Great shot.
Very nice, and there it is. A quick start. 3 out of the gate for Team Canada on this Sunday afternoon in Beijing. Well, spring is just a couple of days away, but it's very spring-like today on this Sunday afternoon in Beijing, heading towards a high of about 20 degrees Celsius, but there is a smog alert in effect. Here are all the games on the ice. Our featured game is on sheet A. Nina Roth from Madison, Wisconsin against the Czech Republic. Anna Hasselberg against Lena Nielsen. And Korea playing Germany on the outside sheet. Both those teams are looking for their first wins. As we welcome you back, it's our second day coverage. The World Women's Curling Championship from Beijing, presented by Ford of Canada. And Canada gets a 3 in that first, taking advantage again of a mistake. That flash by Margarita Fomina to score the 3, and so it will be the Russians, skipped by Anna Sidorova, who do have the last rock, playing the Yellowstones here in 2.
Well, perfect straight back, run back, sticking it for Emma Miskew. Then Emma made a nice come around to the back 4, buried. Rachel made a really nice soft tap and got to the inside. 3 just world-class shots all in a row there to set that up.
Shows a lot of confidence with the ice and putting the broom down. And that's, you know, especially when Rachel's talked about not being as comfortable. I think it says a lot to how they prepare and how they deal with ice when they aren't happy with it at the beginning. I mean, I think it's getting better all the time. It was kind of the visual for them at first. There were some flat spots and they were a little bit worried about draw weight, but
Kira Ezek making that run back double. Joanne Courtney. Joanne was one of those who's saying that it was just a little tiring that opening day, but she's got some support now. Her parents have joined her. Ryan and Ellen, younger sister Erin, are all in Beijing, and good contingent of Canadians.
That's so important, isn't it? You know, when you're that far away from home, and to have somebody to bounce things off of or go out for lunch with and you get a chance. Just make it feel normal.
it's such a good situation when you have, instead of all 4 players, this being their first World Championships, you've only got 1, and it makes it easier for a team to deal with rather than 4 individuals. You've got 3 that are pretty comfortable in this situation and 1 that's probably bouncing off the walls now and then. They can bring her down.
That's the huge advantage for Homan, isn't it? To be here, 3 of them to be here for the 3rd time. I mean, normally coming out of Canada, you get there once in your life, and you're playing somebody like Russia who's been there 8 times, and it's such an advantage for the teams that go on a regular basis. No panic out of Russia here. They're just going to wait their chance there. There's one here. They can hang on the corner.
I thought they might have drawn here. That was the other option in that situation.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Team Canada, top 12 stone. You get a chance to go around a corner. The hit and rolls, the tougher of the shots than the draw. It's kind of what you do with the hammer and how effective you are.
As you take a look at the coaching bench, Canadian on the right. That's Adam Kingsbury, of course, out of the University of Ottawa, where he's in clinical psychology. And he's really brought an added dimension to the team and to the game. I don't know how far it will go and how many people will adopt it or try it, but looking for tendencies, watching all the players.
He really even tracks heart rate and your breathing and how well you come down. You know, Joanne's one of the keys. She brushes so hard, and for her to bring her heart rate down is really tough to do.
Svetlana Kalal is their coach. However, their mixed team coach, who we didn't see there, is Daniel Raphael, the Quebec native. And you can see him just in this picture here, sitting on the extreme left. Daniel has been around, to say the least. I mean, I expect to see a nomad with a tent and curling brushes on his back. I mean, he knows I'm joking, but look at the list of countries. He's been with China, Italy, Czech Republic, Turkey, and now he's with Russia. But he brings a resume.
That's right, yeah.
And he does get the most out of his players. He's been working, I guess, with their mixed doubles program, but they've invited him to be here to add something to the women's program.
Yeah, he's their foreign consultant, and probably brings a lot of information from different countries, how people do it, the success.
And there you see the 4 sheets in play, and there's your update on the scores so far. Czech Republic with a steal of 1 against the U.S. and Nina Roth, and then the blanks in the other 2 sheets.
I think what Homan's done is pretty interesting. It's kind of that next wave, probably because of their success. Other teams are going to try it, but they've done all the other stuff. With Earl Morris has taught them forever, and Earl's a friend of mine. I'm kind of biased, but he really helped that team for so many years. Richard Hart comes in for strategy. Marcel Rock comes in to help the front end and how to miss and how to train and the brushing techniques. They've really done all the aspects other than the technical end of let's track our mistakes. Are there any patterns?
No.
It's a neat idea.
And I think you'll agree with me, Cheryl, that curling is really slow
Yeah, we'll try. We hit nose. It's okay.
to adapt and change.
It is.
Right?
It is, because I mean, baseball's been doing this for years, and so is basketball. Analytics is that's old hat there. Sports psychologists, the sports, we're quite a bit behind with all of that. So slowly, I think we're catching up. Fitness levels, all of those kind of things. You're just seeing a difference. I think Olympics has done that.
But I don't think it's the right idea for some other team.
No.
Like maybe some other team needs a high-end player like a Jeff Stoughton or something to come in and be your coach, because you need that for strategy, rice reading, or rocks, or whatever it is.
Well, you just took the words out of my mouth. For example, we would go to games and events, I'd say even 10, 15 years ago, and you'd see the Europeans coming in, and they'd be running around the concourse. They'd be bouncing the balls around, and our Canadian teams are looking at them like, he minds. But now,
right,
they've adopted that. So you see them using those rollers to roll out their muscles. They're maybe not bouncing balls, but they're jogging, they're warming up. Again, you look elsewhere and you see the game evolve, and you realize that just may be able to help me.
It is, and everybody's looking for that little bit of an edge. And I'm with you. It's not what's right for one team is not right for another team. And the analytics, really, this is just more of an official way of doing it. I remember our coach saying to us he would track how many morning games we would lose and say, you guys are obviously got to get up earlier. You're losing morning games. So this is just more of an official way that Adam Kingsbury is tracking losses, wins.
Unable to sit right there. Sidorova set up a double.
Yeah, it's there for sure, no question. And they've made a pile of them in the first game of the week and the start of this game. The hitting ability of this team is, I think, the best in the world. There's teams out there like Hasselberg and some of the top ladies teams. Muirhead comes to mind that can hit, but they all throw it so similar, Cheryl. It makes it that much easier for, in this case, Emma to call the brushing on this shot. Little in, out, lots of rotation. It's going to go straight down the street sheet.
Final stone for Canada. Got one? Yes. Got two? No, she's going to roll over the top. And so it will be an open draw for 2 for Russia.
She's too scared of it floating.
What does she mean by that?
Well, she was a little positive into it because she was a little worried about it being straight there and floating back on the broom. So just kind of covered.
We hit like 3/4.
Just aware.
With peel, that's pretty big.
The last thing you'd ever want to do is flash it and give him a 3. So,
right.
It's the proper way to miss it.
Well played in here by Russia. You really wonder back to that first end if Anna just hit something with her first one or played the easier double with her second one. She only gives up 2 at the most, and now it's a tie game.
Open draw. Anywhere in the paint. And it'll settle around the button for 2. So a really nice bounce back by Russia. Canada leads it. Well, it has been a very successful 3-year period for Russia. Now let's go back 2014, St. John, New Brunswick. Anna Sidorova and her mates beat Korea to pick up their first bronze medal. Following year in Sapporo, Russia defeats Scotland to make it back-to-back bronzes at the Worlds. And then last year in swift current at the expense of Team Canada, Russia wins the bronze, their 3rd consecutive bronze medal finish at the World Women's Curling Championship. They have been really on the cusp of breaking through when you think about it. Look at their Europeans. That's Anna's record, 2 European championships. They just won another European with Moiseyeva. So they're there. They just haven't been able to get across the bronze finish line, as it were. They have to get to the silver and eventually the gold. But I remember, as we welcome you back, Canada with a 3-2 lead. And Canada once again will have last rock here in this 3rd playing the Red Stones. But I remember St. John and Thomas Lips, who is now the coach for Germany. He was their coach, the Russians, in St. John. And we had a discussion. You saw the emotion and the tears, obviously for winning a medal, but they realized that likely saved their program.
Yeah, I don't doubt that for a minute. It's such a fine line between the winning and losing, but it's cost a lot of money, especially when most of the big events, if you want to be the best team in the world, you really do have to come to Canada once in a while. You watch Nicholas Adine, he comes over 6-7 times some of the years, and he's cut it back a little bit now, but that costs a lot of money. So I think the country recognized that they have a chance by winning a bronze, and then in comes the money. We haven't seen a gold medal out of them, but they're close, Cheryl, and that's rarefied air. Canada hasn't won a gold medal in, 9 years?
2008.
Nice angle there. It's buried enough. I'm not sure you can get to the nose, and anything high side kicks that red right through.
Well, there's our first update of this Sunday afternoon. Korea and Germany both looking for their first wins. From the Fusen Curling Club, this is Daniela Jentsch, appearing in her 4th Worlds. Last year went 3-8 in swift current, as she plays the Koreans, skipped by Yun Jung, and that will sit for 2. So Germany with the lead, going to 3.
Very nice shot.
As mentioned, Thomas Lips, who coached in that 2013 Worlds in St. John with the Russians, is now coaching the Germans, the Swiss native.
I think they're going to just try back 8 weight is what I heard Rachel talk about. Talking 14.5 to T-line now, so it's come right up.
Nice stuff. That's really good speed.
Can try to just get to the inside. It's really trying. Pretty nice weight by Joanna, just maybe a touch too much ice.
A lot of red in there, though. They've got a nice end building here.
Canada with last rock, and they are sitting right on the... They've got her surrounded, I guess. Russia sitting on the pin.
That's what I find fascinating, and it's always been this way. You might not get the exact same strategy you think you're going to get out of some of these teams. Not that they're wrong, they just might look at it a little differently. We watched Anna Sidorova play a draw with her first one in the first, and it cost her 3 points. If you make those draws perfect, maybe it's the right call. So, but this is also a little bit on the dangerous side, in my opinion, with such a great hitting team that Canada has. Be a little careful leaving all these reds in there.
So they are sitting the 2, but without Lazarov.
Pretty good. That kind of chokes off a couple of reds at the back.
Oh, that back yellow's going nowhere.
You know, it's funny you bring that up because I think I may have told you this. My old soccer partner, Graham Leggett, used to talk about that when he played in the English Premier or in the top leagues. And you'd have to play in the Open Cup tournaments, soccer tournaments. He'd say you play somebody down at the 4th level. And you're used to playing up and down the field, ball going up, and they would play it sideways. And you'd look at them and go, it's not wrong, but it's not what you've come to expect.
You're not supposed to do that.
And it throws you off your game.
It does. And that's what, to Russ's point too, when you're playing teams that you just, you sometimes stand down there and go, but that's not what you're supposed to call. The rule book says you're supposed to call this. You're supposed to guard right there. You're not supposed to come in. I think that was also even a little bit of Michelle Inglot when she played against Rachel.
Yeah, absolutely.
She was kind of all in and, you know, didn't, I guess, run away scared. So played very much offensive, and that makes a big difference. And I think Rachel was always a little bit surprised with that. Sometimes it caught her off guard. I
can't agree more. And here's another example. That yellow one that was frozen in there now is hurting Team Russia. How do you move that red one?
I mean, that little quiet tap leaves Canada sitting the 1 at the top of the button. Margarita Fomina. Raev on the left. Ezek on the right.
It's not where they wanted it, but it's not bad because it makes it that much harder to run that red one straight back. Get enough of that red to just tap that yellow back a hair?
Close.
It's just about a guaranteed 1 at this point, but they're looking for more. You could actually hit that yellow one at the back of the button and make that double at the back if you wanted to. But those yellows are kind of helping you at this point.
Courtney, Weagle, you hear them. We got to go when they've picked her up.
Stop. Release the yellow a little. Roll her, shoot her a bit, line it up. No. Oh.
Rolled it too far.
Okay, it's not your fault.
2 strokes, I don't know. I think I'm not good.
Interesting situation here. It's hard for both teams to kind of get at that one on the button.
Look at that. Look at the bumper. There's not one rock out of play.
That's true. You could kick this yellow in with a bit of speed and take out the red. Cheryl and sit 3. But they're not going to play that. They're just going to play a soft weight.
Nobody wants to hit this end.
Trying to hold the line here. And now they will angle it back.
If you'd done that harder, Vic, that exact same shot, kicked the red out, you're sitting 3 buried with staggered guards. I'm really surprised they didn't give that a go. So they've given up on the blank end, probably.
I think that was a couple rocks ago.
So I was thinking, like,
The IOC called. They want your gold medal back.
Yeah. By nose and just like separate them a little.
Boy, if he'd kick that out, Rachel Homan would be in trouble.
Like she is that.
Yeah, you don't like this, eh? Freezing that? Because it freezes on a good spot and opens up a hole for her to go right through.
Sure. I
Yellow
think
and
I have to throw like a little extra weight though.
Sorry?
I think I have to throw like half.
That much weight?
I think so.
I think it's like a back 8, same as Joe's.
Anna Sidorova can still
Okay,
come off that
11.
outside yellow at the 10 o'clock position and kick the yellow at the button right across that red one if they get it thin enough.
These two just met once on the
Yeah.
World Curling Tour, and it was back in January of this year in North Battleford, Saskatchewan. And Rachel Homan won that game 8-3. Last year, however, in Swift Current,
Should be pretty close.
Sidorova won 3 times against Cal.
All 3.
She had Team Canada's number last year.
No.
Go for weight. Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa.
What's that
Just
curl?
looked a little light. Joe, you got to go hard.
Look at it go. That's pretty good. Pretty good setup. Would have liked to kick that red shooter out just a little bit more to the left so it was usable.
Если мы не можем сделать плюс, надо уходить ужом.
Rachel can hit the one on the right-hand side at the 1 o'clock position on the 8-foot and kick it in there and kill 2 yellows too.
У нас останется здесь и здесь. И у нее будет открытый вот этот. Она точно так же его делает сюда тэп. Я его уже, скорее всего, никак не достану. Мне кажется, пока это не стоит делать.
It looks a little bit like a club game, doesn't it?
Если она будет
Really,
делать
with all
её,
those rocks in play?
Yeah.
этот будет
And
оставаться
none in the
здесь. Я думаю, что
backboards.
просто поставить гард, может быть, там.
Problem with these ends too is you burn a lot
Или
of
можно
time.
еще один сюда привести.
Не, сюда мне что-то не очень нравится. Надо это все в куче мочить, и возможно, что вот эти задние идут.
Эти оба никуда не денутся. Этот будет
Still play that thin in off in that right-hand yellow, Cheryl.
Kick the red out of there.
Hit it really thin and then the yellow goes across. You'd sit 2 if you hit it perfect.
Здесь нужно прям облизывать вот это,
Да, я
чтобы
понимаю.
сюда попасть.
Maybe even 3.
Ну, типа, если
Tough though.
это
There's not a lot of room there.
38 minutes of thinking time and just one 90-second timeout available.
Я просто думаю, что все здесь никак не закрыть. Что если я этот
Типа
я
она
оставлю,
всё равно
она вот
уйдет.
так все равно у нее будет в
Ну
облизе.
да, и у нас все уйдет.
Мне нравится вариант от нашего.
Он очень
Я его
сложный, но
рассматривала
вообще да, я просто думаю, что
оттуда.
если закрыть все равно все не получится. То есть у нее будет либо здесь оставаться, либо с этой стороны. То есть ей этот достаточно самый край попадать. Даже, ну, вот так вот, может быть, делом. Надеюсь,
Trying to
что
look
она
at taking that red, that 8-foot run
Она и
in
здесь может сделать. Здесь мы можем
away
сделать.
from
Если получается,
Team
хорошо,
Canada.
он прикроет чуть-чуть.
Can't guard everything. That's the problem. So maybe the in off on their own is the
будет
best.
атака прямая, но еще нужно будет что-то сделать. И у меня еще будет
И
камень.
у нас 2 следующих. Мне кажется, лучше вот это делать. Потому что закрыть мы не можем все.
Но
Закрыть все не получится.
давайте сейчас сделаем триплиже, потом если она хорошо накатит, уже подумаем, как закрыть или что сделать.
Здесь ей тоже в конце очень валит, ей в край достаточно попасть.
Надо
И
прям-
там уже никуда не денется.
Хорошо.
It depends on where her 7, but rock is it a 7 or 1?
Just looking at it now, it just get pretty tight to that red, the yellow guard, and the red one just behind their yellow guard. Just to really get close to that to make it perfect.
Ну, здесь на месте. Здесь больше попадаем. Я рассматриваю вариант.
Тоже не так плохо. Слабый тык.
This is a problem when you're playing Rachel Homan is you're trying to guard against a lot of run-ins. because you know Rachel's got the option on that right-hand red one. She's got her own red on the center line.
I think the one on the center line only lets
only
her
for one.
sits one.
Yeah, you can't get enough of the outside of it to get any of that yellow.
Yeah.
So it's just that left hand, as we're looking at it, 8-foot redstone that you could run into the right.
So is that the decision, the short in off here?
I think so. Has to be super thin to work.
Skip stones. Every rock is in play. Right now, Canada sitting the one. Raeva, Ezek. Oh, they're going to crash. And that little bump up, now no doubt, covering the pin.
Lost it.
No, they weren't on it at all.
They had to be really close to this red one to make it work. That was the problem. Might have worked okay though. Kind of kicks this red out of the way a bit for. It's not lined up that well for Canada.
No, we don't want to hit this one first, but if we nudge into it, it's not. It's okay.
So we need less weight then.
Okay, so.
Do you like my board? Remember I threw control here and it curled up a full rock?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind even control.
I just don't want to move this.
Just going to hit the red one at the top of the forefoot, I think, Cheryl, onto the yellow. Sure. That's buried.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. Middle of that 3.
There really isn't much else.
No.
They took away that slash on the 8-foot one on the outside.
Be tricky to sit too. You'd have to get right to the nose, and you can see it's mostly underneath cover there too.
Just trying to hit.
That's what I can see.
Yeah, just get really tight to the guard here.
Okay.
With the right weight, it moves. We've seen a couple on this. Once they get close to the center line, this is where they go.
Rachel Homan in her first. Sitting the one, trying to somehow shoehorn something else in there. Angle it back. No, and just runs it by.
Not quite. I can't really get at those back yellows, Cheryl. That's the hard part.
Kicked it to a pretty perfect
Yeah, there's
spot,
just nothing lined up, is there?
Right. That's what they were hoping for, I believe, to try to get something lined up there.
I mean, the only thing would be that stone you see just off center line, top, just slightly to the left of center line. Could you do something with that?
I don't think there's a big enough port there now between the yellow guard and the top red.
No, it'll be pretty tight.
Если она сильно сюда ударит, она не может?
Нет. Нет.
Может попробовать 6-й сюда еще толкнуть и заодно убрать подставку? Кажется, сложно.
Больше я не вижу здесь вариантов. Единственное, что... Ну нет, здесь он тоже никак не можешь сделать. 6-й пробовать толкнуть сюда.
Ну да, и убрать подставку заодно.
I think the easiest shot I can dream up is Rachel could come off that yellow one on the
Не будет это
left,
хуже. Смотри, если он здесь.
tap the red onto the red, tap the yellow back a little bit at the back of the button.
Надеюсь, нет.
You wouldn't want to throw it with much weight, though.
Я думаю,
Yeah,
что
I
даже
don't think you can hurt yourself.
побезопаснее.
Trying to score more than one here.
Думаем толкнуть этот сюда.
One's not awful for Canada the way the score is, though. You go 2 up.
But then again, think also about Russia.
Подкрученный.
They're locked. They being Canada, really. Locked at one. That's what you'd love to do. You
The
just
force.
want to hold them to one, Cheryl. So wasting time, maybe when a guard is the best option.
Well, exactly. They're just really, it's always, again, the worry when you're playing Rachel Homan. What does she have for a bundle? They're trying to make sure there isn't anything. That's what happens when you get so many rocks in play.
Yeah, there's 9 options,
Yeah.
and she can make all of them. And
Everybody has to guard against it.
I'm assuming they're guarding that inside of the yellow one. It doesn't look like enough ice, though. Coming right in.
Надо пониже его, пониже.
A little lucky that stop where it did.
There's this too now.
Yeah, that's the one
Yeah.
there I talked about. It's still there. It's actually easier than
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, I think they made it easier.
Lots.
We could come
Lots
off
of
this.
difficult
Right.
options.
Straight back for
I can
two.
do this.
And I don't
Is
see
there any way I
danger.
can kick myself?
Yeah,
I
that.
don't think so.
Yeah, I don't
but
think you can,
Tough to stick the 4, right?
especially now the angle.
you have to hit there. This might one
Like
might.
for this one, all I gotta do is wick it up to the button almost,
Right.
right? I don't
Yeah.
even have to make too much contact.
No, you just have to bump.
And I can like hit it thin and drill it into that and it goes.
Yeah, there's no downside.
Like if I hit this right in the pocket there,
Yeah,
does it maybe catch?
I don't think so, but it would give us 2.
Okay. I think this is the safest option.
So this shot was there before Anna threw, and Anna didn't guard it. She just
Yeah.
decided to come in and left the same shot for Rachel.
Well,
Not that
you
this
wanna
is
know,
easy,
I
but
hit it.
it's the only shot I see for
Yeah,
two.
it's like a
Realistic shot.
quarter.
I'm not sure what weight here.
I think we play weight. Make sure that we have to move this a bit, otherwise we can't get to.
Okay. Feels probably consistent then.
Yeah, are you out turn her in?
I think this is real tough to call. At least
Yeah.
we can go thin here.
Okay.
You heard Emma say there's no downside, meaning there's no way of picking their own redstone out of there and leaving Russia.
Not trying to stuff it, right?
But there
Right.
isn't. There's just no
They're
way.
just so close together. It's really thin.
Yeah, it's thin.
Should curl, eh?
Should come up.
Yeah.
How much weight?
You'll try and keep it there.
Don't have to throw peel, but they've decided that you can't lose that shot rock, so it's whatever you feel. And this takes the guesswork out of the ice reading here, because I don't remember an intern in this spot.
Final stone, sitting one.
Close. Yes.
Little in off, tap up. Weagle, Courtney, missed you calling line. There, come across, tap it up. Oh, there it is. Wonderfully done for 2.
Very nice.
I just wanted to look at it. 2 red.
Every rock but one was in play in that third, and Canada gets a couple.
Yeah, Anna Sidorova tried a shot that was really questionable, which actually made this easier. Not real easy, but if you're Rachel Homan, easy enough. Great shot for 2.
The key shot is brought to you by Cashmere. Nothing feels like Cashmere. So the deuce gives Canada now a 5-2 lead as we welcome you back on this Sunday afternoon, day 2 of the World Women's Curling Championship from Beijing, presented by Ford of Canada. And here in the fourth, it'll be the Russians from the Moskvich Curling Club that do have the last rock. They have the hammer playing the Yellowstone.
A lot of time eaten up in that end for Russia. And now you're fighting to come back on top of it.
Valid point, because Canada is going to be predominantly throwing some hits, some simpler shots, less strategy to worry about, and it makes it really tough now to have another complicated end like that for Russia with the lack of time.
From the coach's bench down to the sheet of ice as we play on the outside sheet, sheet A, here at the Capitol Indoor Stadium. But again, to my mind, it just highlights the difference in the quality. Let's get an update first. Sweden and Denmark, as they play in the third. They blanked the first 2, Sweden with last rock. And this is Anna Hasselberg, the former world junior champion of 2010. Her first appearance at the Worlds, and that will leave her with the single at the back of the button.
Gets that thinner, she might have scored 3.
Room was running out of space.
They come in with a record of 1-1, Denmark, and Lena Nielsen from Copenhagen still looking for their first win. But what it does for me, it just highlights the difference. Rachel Homan, we talked earlier about what it's going to take for Russia to get past the bronze. It's going to take them seeing those shots that they didn't play.
Yep.
They could have played something in.
Yep.
Whereas you leave that opening for Rachel Homan and she's going to punish you.
That's exactly the difference. Russia's a great team. They're curling 85% in this game, and they're down 3. It's just when to play its shot selection, not realizing what's available. If they'd played that in off earlier, they would have been sitting 3 buried around 2 staggered guards. They could have stole a bundle.
Another update for you. Germany and Korea. The Germans scored 2 in the second. And this is the Korean skip Yoon Jung. Now, Korea, of course, is investing a lot of money in their curling program with the Olympics coming up next year. In fact, their national coach is Peter Gallant out of Prince Edward Island, former Canadian mixed champion. And that will sit around, and so they'll pick up the 2 at the back of the 8-foot, and so they are tied going to the 4th.
They're definitely trying to hire the very best and give themselves a good opportunity for their Olympics. I don't even know if Peter's going to be able to come back and watch. I think he's busy with Korea to watch Gushu's team at the Worlds.
Yeah, he is. In fact, he was trying to watch the game online, and there was a bit of a delay, and then his phone started blowing up, and he said, I just turned it off.
Oh.
But he got a sense of what happened.
Yeah, you would.
And his son Brett, of course, throwing the second stones for Brad Gushu.
Be tough for him not to be back for the Worlds.
No kidding. Nice start here for Team Russia, though, sitting 3. And back to Vic's point, you know, they've got all the shots. They can make all the shots, 86%. They were 86% in their first game. So, how do you beat a team that curls 86%? It's strategy.
It's a little solid. Stay close.
Emma Miscue.
Good throw, Em. Really good throw. She gave it a chance. Didn't move for it. Probably extra weight. Solid.
The U.S. and Czech Republic as they play in the 4th. The United States picked up a steal of 1 in the 3rd. So our first look at Czech Republic and Anna Kubeskova out of Prague in a 3rd appearance at the Worlds. Last time we saw her, though, was in St. John, and they finished in 9th place. And that will be for 1, 2, and 3. Wow. Czech Republic against Nina Roth out of Madison, Wisconsin.
Well, and the U.S. has been very impressive so far. They should have pulled off their very first game against Scotland. And they beat 2-0 coming into this.
And they beat one of the favorites in Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
It's really unpredictable so far. It's like it doesn't seem to matter who's playing who. It gets up for grabs.
But at the moment, of course, it is Switzerland and Canada after that morning draw this morning.
Switzerland won 2 nail biters. They could be on the 0-2 side also.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. Teams doing so much work behind the scenes. Sometimes you don't see them for a while, and all of a sudden they're that much better the next time you run into them at a Worlds. A lot of these teams don't travel in the same circuits. Some play more on the European tour, not so much in Canada.
Love to hang around here. You got to roll in a little bit to sit the 3. Just. What a great opportunity here now. Is there a triple?
Yeah.
It's close.
It is.
Thin half for that one.
And you've got the wrong person throwing it.
I'm going to go for this one first.
Absolutely.
This is one of those, Vic, that you either make the triple or you only get one of them. Rachel really needs this. They're going to put Russia right back in this thing.
Straight through. A third, even a quarter's close. Third.
She missed one intern double, just a hair narrow.
Rachel Homan. Russia's hitting the 3. Have they got this lined up? 1, 2, and no, they'll get a 2 out of it as they slide that top stone just underneath.
Yeah, a little thinner yet, but you get it much thicker, you miss that side one, and it would be draw to sit 3. Very nice.
If you're Homan and the coaching bench, Cheryl, are you a little concerned? Canada gets 3, give up 2. Canada scores 2, in danger of giving up a deuce again. You know, that little bit of a letdown that some teams face in all sports. You score in a hockey game and the other team comes right back and pots one.
Well, you talk about, and it's the force efficiency. And actually, Canada and Russia, when I looked at their numbers coming in, are pretty similar in their ability to force, where Canada kind of had that edge was in their hammer efficiency. So that's what they're using to kind of get that differential, is to be able to score with the hammer, but they've got to force, shut them down and not let them get back in the game, because that just gives them that little extra energy. So this is what we're talking about in the points for and the points against. You see the difference that Canada scores compared to Sidorova and the points they allow. But where Sidorova needs to improve on is their hammer efficiency. And then that's where they can generate those extra points that Canada does with theirs. And that's what they're doing this game. You can see that they've improved that already with their opportunities in the last 2 ends.
No choice here. You want to try to roll buried, or you're going to give up 2.
Final stone for Canada and Rachel Homan.
Hard! Really hard!
Too thin, it rolls out the back.
Sounded like it picked. They yelled
Trying
whoa
to go
early.
easy early because you were hitting nose.
Might just curl her.
And so it is a chance for a couple now. Anna Sidorova and Russia. Full 12. Canadian stone just biting the top edge.
A huge 2 for Sidorova here. Really, they, as we talked about, a couple strategy errors. The first end, they just had to hit something, and then they had a really good chance to certainly force Canada to a single last end, and just didn't see the shot. But they are going to make as many shots as Canada. By the end of this game, the percentages will be very similar.
They were talking about the ice being close to 14.5, so see if it's still running that speed out here. This is a little further.
Big rotation.
Boy, it sure comes down, doesn't it?
It does.
To score their 2 here in the 4th. Russia right back into it. Beijing's Forbidden City. In 1987, it was nominated as a World Cultural Heritage Site. Well, there are new twists to a fresh season. MasterChef Canada is all new Thursday at 9, 8 Central on CTV. Welcome back on this Sunday afternoon in Beijing. 12 hours difference between Beijing and the eastern time zone of Canada. World Women's Curling Championship presented by Ford of Canada. Russians respond with 2, and so here we go to the 5th. Once again, it'll be Rachel Homan and the team from the Ottawa Curling Club that do have Last Rock playing the Redstones.
Team Russia coming into the rings on that first one. Lisa hitting it.
Looks heavy. Looks really heavy. M? I think you. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3 stones there. They belong to Sweden as they lead 1-0. This is our first look at Denmark and Lena Nielsen appearing in a 7th World Championship. Her best was in Esbjerg in 2011 when she was 4th that year. Couple of Olympics for her. In fact, she was the flag bearer for the Danish team in Sochi. And just far enough to pick up the single.
Aggressive play without hammer here.
No fear. I think they've watched the Canadian Scotties. Said, hey, this is how we're going to play them. Sometimes you do in IRS. I don't know how often you play different teams differently, just because of, maybe something that Homan, they like less rocks and play. They'll hit up and down the sheet comfortable. So maybe you look at how Inglot's played them. You saw the success Inglot had and say, hey, let's try that.
Well, let's just go back to the fact that they have now Daniel Raphael from, I think, if I remember correctly, he's from the Laval, Montreal area. He would know this team very well.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Another update for you in a 2-2 tie. Korea and Germany. Korea sitting at, looked like it was 2. This is the final stone for Daniela Jentsch out of Fusen. Germany with 2 World Championship wins in '88 and 2010, and both of them by Andrea Schopp. And that will stop on the edge of the 8, and Germany takes a 3-2 lead.
Another interesting call by Sidorova. You could hit the back one, sit 2, freeze to the back one. You're taking a chance here by leaving the Canadian stones in play. Yes, they've got it overlapped at this point in time, but a lot of rocks to come yet. You could even play the red split, Cheryl. Just split them around and open up that back yellow.
Yeah, this is pretty risky. You could look at giving up a 3 if you're Russia.
Take it, Lise.
No, ideally, if they keep corner freezing,
So I had to wait.
they're in good shape, but that's a tough shot. You bounce off a bit, or you over curl a bit, or you leave it wide open. There's a run back. I think 9th, 10th end, I'd give this a crack, but maybe not this early.
I mean, you could give the game away, really. That's what I just don't think you can do against Team Canada, Team Homan. Give them that kind of lead, you'll never get a chance to get back in it. They're just too good at hitting.
I still like the peel, I think. They're just going to cap it.
Sorry?
They're just going to cap it.
You don't like the draw?
We play it this way.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be short.
I just think they're going to cap it if it's not. I think peel on this one.
Gotta go
I like the
thick.
peel. I think, even a blank this end for Canada's final, the way Russia's going, that's not going to come about. They'll be freezing or guarding, but that center guard is the only rock that could create a steal opportunity for Russia.
Hard then. Gotta go. Yep.
Watch their own one here.
Hard, push.
And they'll take off the center guard. Was that one of those either-or kind of shots?
Great throws, Joe.
Yeah, I think that all they were worried about is just clean that guard off, as Cheryl says. That's the only one that can hurt them. I mean, interesting how many more guards they're going to throw here.
Sash! Саша! Опять! О, нет, все валит! Только Саша! Только Саша! Нет!
Не надо, ничего! Ничего! 5. Нет! Нет!
That just went sideways at the end.
Well, and that's that. You know, there's a few little flat spots in the ice. Hans is dealing with them, and we talked about it in the opening of the show. It's hard to make guards. I think he could take the college try at getting that shot rock now.
Whatever you like, Rach.
What do you like? Drawing in and tapping it back,
like
or running something back?
I think a backline weight.
You can see it? No, we can see the button.
Yeah, I can see a quarter of it.
Backline weight. If you wreck on the red one, you've got 3 red ones in play, and that one's open.
Yeah, if you leave it top.
Or the freeze. That's what
Yeah.
we're going to try.
I like that freeze. Then you got some stuff to run in. If you can freeze it right on there, you got some reds on the right there to run in.
Assuming they don't make a
Cap
real
it.
good freeze, yeah.
It's pretty close. I don't think it's that light.
You got room. Line's great. It's got to be here. Got to be shot. Need to be shot.
Needs to curl a little.
Line's great. Got to be button. Yep. Wait only. Wait only.
Not deep. Not deep. Nope.
Oh, really nice shot.
And right down, and they nearly put it on the corner, but they are the shot rock. And there is that little bit of backing.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. Now she gets there and we can see it. You can
Не очень много.
Да, чуть-чуть оттолкнуть пока. В следующем...
So here's the predicament by playing as aggressive as Team Russia has here. If this stops on the center line, it'll be a wide open hit that's at 4. You got to get this in a really good spot. It's a you're putting a lot of degree of difficulty on your skipper here.
Нужно 2 фута зайти. Если будет линия, он будет подваливать, оставить стоим и чуть растолкать.
Maybe a little over curl, Cheryl. At least it in a position that both yellows cannot be removed with one try.
Would probably be the best rather than under.
Oh yeah.
Что хотим?
Вот тут раскатывай. Теперь на 15, даже 2 мне кажется.
Нет, нет, совсем нет. Свип, линия! Воу! Воу!
Вау, Кира!
Свип! Воу! Свип! Да, да, линия!
Raeva and Eze. Homan at calling line.
Воу! Воу, нет, нет!
Oh, very nice.
Or you could just make it perfect like
Yeah.
that.
Я совсем не слышала.
It's really close as you take a look down at that pinhole. Not quite sure who is shot.
Свип! Да, 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 линия, да! Свип! Да, да, да! Воу! 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 Нет, нет!
You really notice the movement once it gets close to the kind of the edge of the 4-foot line. It goes hard.
Gonna guard. Like I was thinking, if we could do like board weight and get this to go.
I can't get it to go though.
No, we don't want it to go. But if we could sit here with, like,
I'm just worried we half and half. Like,
we all time out. Like we're really short on time. Because what if we throw board? This will clip that.
guys!
Timeout's being called by
I think if we throw
Team Canada.
board and get this gone, at least it makes this.
I'm worried we throw a board and this goes through and they're sitting 1 and 2.
I don't think
Not 1 and 2, but
I don't think it can reach. Like even if you hit thin, it's still on half a rock here. And the drag is going to bring it more into it if you hit it thinner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think even if I peel and she guards this yellow, that's not good either. Like I don't have a shot, right?
No,
now, I've
I
got to
think-
release this.
I think if we release it with weight and push this one and roll it, the angle, like, because we're probably gonna roll a bit high side.
They
at
don't even
least,
have a good
it gives us
in-off on
something.
these stones on the
Maybe we gotta
right-hand
move this
side
back
either
in,
for...
'cause I don't think we're shot.
No, but if you can kill that back yellow, there's a lot of red in
I
there.
mean, it might be us.
If we throw board and can move this, and
Yeah.
this one should roll a little bit, it might give us something.
I just think this 4 is gone, and I don't know that we squirt this enough if we just feather this.
Well, the angle is good for that.
Okay.
If we throw, and then we want to like manage it to sit kind of in front, but a little bit high side.
And then
I
you've
think we
got
need
an
nose
option
to
with
at least
it.
Squirt it
Yeah.
here.
And if we hit it a bit high side, we have to get by. So if we hit it a bit high side, we have options.
Just last time I threw board here, we really rolled. I don't mind like a hack. You don't like hack?
I think if we can get this gone, it makes.
That
This is
red
what I
one
had pretty
that
much
we're
for that
looking
board.
at
Okay,
over
it
the
didn't come
past
up
the
enough,
yellow
I went
right in the
27.
middle there, they can still run that one in
No,
too.
throw the same rock.
You don't even have to
It did
stay on
it did
top here,
curl.
really. Just kill that back yellow.
I think we have to move our backing.
Yeah, we're just trying to get rid of the back. It doesn't look so obvious from the top.
Even if you kill the
Yeah.
back yellow, roll way over to the right-hand side, Cheryl,
Just release the back.
Anna's got to be careful. Do you draw a second one in? If you don't bury it, it's a double for 5. If she guards, you've got the angle raise over at the 10 o'clock position just outside of the rings.
Straight through like the other ones.
If you're going to score big end, you have to kill that back yellow at the 8 o'clock position. This should go if she got a bit of weight on it.
Just a little bit high side.
Yeah, or even dead on if you can.
Yep. Hard.
Really gotta go.
It's gone.
Keep going, keep going.
Whoa, whoa,
Keep
whoa.
going, keep going, keep going. Roll it off. Maybe.
I don't know whether that was self-inflicted or whether it hit a spot.
That many grabs. Oh, okay.
I would assume it hit a spot just because Rachel doesn't with her rotation
it's
very
like
often get that kind of...
Yeah, it was quite a ways off
Yeah.
the intended line, wasn't it?
You heard her say it's gone, so it seemed like it
Ну,
picked.
вот я думаю, как вариант сделать вот как мы сейчас планировали, да, только чуть
Вообще,
более
возможно,
вес.
что наш сейчас дальше. В смысле, наш сейчас дальше.
Дальше.
They're not even sure.
No.
So
А если вести вообще прям сюда же?
if they believe that they are not the shot, if they need to tap theirs up, and it's really
Что может быть
close.
самое плохое? Если я его чуть-чуть тэпу, у нас
Very
остается такой
close.
угол, а этот отходит. И вот
If
тогда
they have to
это
touch that yellow up to be shot, the Russians, don't they put themselves in some danger of
нужно
where
чуть со
that
стороны это сделать.
thrown stone ends up?
Absolutely, because that red that might or might not be shot can go back in that yellow. If you let's say this stops frozen
Я
on
думаю,
the
что лучше
center
сделать
line,
чуть слабее в случае чего, потому что если
there
я
could be a
растолкаю
potential
сильнее,
triple.
можем
Да,
дойти тройной.
For
здесь
four.
нормально оставить, если что.
You'd be real careful
Конечно,
here.
она
Ей будет
может
крайне сложно
пробить.
пробить.
Она может пробить, если что. Так.
Может.
Ну,
Нет, там
это
так нельзя,
сложно.
тогда лучше максимально сюда его сделать. И все. Открытым оставлять мне вообще не нравится, потому что это вот так будет. Причем как бы она здесь не попадала, она будет выносить еще и это.
Что ты хочешь, сразу вести
Нет,
сюда?
мне нравится делать тэп, если мы будем понимать, то, что линии нет или еще что-нибудь такое, максимальный вот.
And a force isn't all bad here. A force is pretty good, considering that
Хотя он у
the way
нее,
this end
возможно,
was
будет всё
looking.
равно через вот так.
If you're not shot, you
Но
can
сложнее во всяком
tap it
случае.
frozen, but it's
Стараемся
cute. You
просто
got to be
линию
careful.
чуть маленький тэп сделать. Так.
What a beauty with Anna's first one. It's got the right angle and everything. That was the danger with Rachel coming in, I think, that deep.
Прям маленький тэп сделать. Прям на камень оттолкнуть, если будет линия. Если нет, мы оставляем выше и максимально пробуем его, чтобы он туда завалил. Потому что иначе будет стоять трипл. Трипл это...
Хорошо, сейчас было 0, и это было сильно. Это было
5-0
8
был.
за,
Конец
поэтому слабее на вес.
The safest shot would be half around that red one and kind of take away everything. But they're not sure who shot.
Like 8 foot.
Yeah, that's what I think they're playing, actually.
I do too.
Линия хорошая, как вес!
Нет.
Как вес,
Нет,
Саша!
нет, совсем нет, совсем нет.
It's not light.
Oh, this looks like more than 8 foot.
Eva, Ezek, Fomina, final stone. Trying to play that little tap up, make sure that they are shot. No doubt about it now.
Just perfect.
And in fact, they are sitting 2.
Wow.
So much could have gone wrong with that shot, with that weight especially. Unless you make it perfectly like that.
Not much I can do about that. I know.
You don't want to running that red one in. You ever pick out the yellow to steal a 3, or pick out the red one to steal a 3.
Do you not think
Even if I get the 1.
you throw it as hard as you can, you don't think, and catch the yellow, you don't think there, I know there's a possibility of a jam here,
Thin half.
but I'm thinking that with the rattling around that you might remove everything.
You might hold them to 1.
Okay.
I think if you could get enough of that top one that was just thrown by Anna Sidorova and hit it dead on.
But the jam is there all day.
Yeah, for sure. And that one that's shot will continue to be shot.
Okay.
So you're just going to kick this red in, Cheryl, onto the shot rock?
Yeah.
Dangerous. But that's all she has.
Yeah, I'm just surprised at the weight. I thought they might throw it with a little more down weight. Oh, they're playing the in-off on the outside.
The other way
run.
with the intern.
That makes sense.
Well, right now, it is Russia sitting the 2, and they could take the lead here. Courtney, Weigel, angle this back. Coming in, got it. Oh, and they're going to bump it back. And now you have a look, because it is really close.
Might have got them both.
It looks like it may be 1.
This is 1.
Oh boy, and you look here, look at the top edge. I believe they got 2.
I think they might have. How
That's
good is that?
Incredible. Yeah, this was a lot safer than that slash
Yeah, I
hit.
thought they were playing the other turn.
What a great shot.
My water's over here.
Just a beauty.
Great throw.
1 for sure.
To stuff it.
And here comes the
We didn't
measure.
move that one, so we wanted to hit them both, right?
Really good bounce back for
it's
Rachel.
almost
She
a
could have been
smile.
frustrated on her first
So I
one
don't know
that
if it was
picked.
there.
And
But that's as close
I
as it
always
gets.
take a look at the top of the handles and then try to draw the line straight down. So if you look at the red where the handle and the blue intersect, and then you look at the blue where it intersects with the yellow,
looks like
I
red.
think it's too red.
I agree. How good was that?
Almost 2.5.
So from the Russian stone to the, and there's no doubt, it just, the needle broke.
2 red.
Canada picks up 2 on a wonderful shot by Rachel Homan. And they'll go to the break leading at 7-4.
Shots that end. I don't know how that happened.
The 2017 World Women's Curling Championship is brought to you by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for 22 years.
It's the second time the Capitol Indoor Stadium in Beijing has hosted a World Curling Championship. 2014, it was the Men's Worlds, and that was won by Thomas Olsrud. Time to check the numbers after 5, and on the scoreboard, 7-4 Canada leading, but it is the Russians who are out curling the Canadians. Interesting to note that both seconds, Joanne Courtney and Alexandra Aeva, are throwing 100% games. Rachel Homan, her takeout weight, her hits 81%. It's the draw game that has let her down so far, 50% for a 75% game. The numbers after 5 are brought to you by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for 22 years.
The 2017 World Women's Curling Championship is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada, by Purex Bathroom Tissue. Purex, 90 years of pure comfort. And by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures.
It's day 2 of the World Women's Curling Championship from Beijing, presented by Ford of Canada. Canada opening with a couple of wins yesterday. On the ice just once today against Anna Sidorova and the team from Moscow. And the Canadians lead it as we pick up play now here in the 6th as we welcome you back to our second day of coverage. From Beijing, Canada leads it 7-4. It is the Russians that do have the last rock, playing the Yellowstones here in 6.
What does Team Russia have to do to beat Canada? Like 90% for the team. Anna Sidorova made 2 absolute perfect curling shots. Walks out there giving up 2. What a great shot by Rachel Homan.
Well, and you know, she had a tough one on her first one. She picked on her first one, and to bounce back and make that.
Kira Ezek. This is her 16th appearance at the Worlds. Her first was back in 2001. And you say you remember playing her?
I do. Played her for years and years. Autumn Gold on tour.
Well, you can think about this now. This is her 16th appearance. She's 33 years of age. So she was in the program in its infancy.
And that's the advantage for a lot of those countries when they are put in the program. You know, you see that with China. Young, you get in the program early, and you get to Worlds so many times. Like in Canada, you might get to a World. I mean, Rachel's an unusual exception, and so is Jennifer Jones. But most other teams will get there once. Chelsea Carey, she may never get back in her career. You never know, right? It's Canada, the depth, it's tough. But these teams get into the Worlds, and they get there year after year after year and get more comfortable, and then they play on tour and come to Canada, and the opportunities are pretty good for them.
So this is a very good Russian team. They're going to be around at the end of the week. Even if they drop this game, they've dropped it to one of the top seeds, obviously. Beaten Korea already. You start curling 90%, you're going to win a lot of games. Rachel happens to over or under curl that by another half an inch, and Team Russia would be 1 up.
Well, that's why Russia takes so long looking at the ends, because of the shots like that. Rachel reminds me of a Kevin Cooey, you know, that higher ceiling, that ability to pull out those shots that'll save an end or change the control on an end, and it's pretty incredible talent to have under pressure.
Nice come around by Russia there, forcing the run back error.
Alexandra Raeva.
Kira.
Nice shot. That's all you want. That's a pretty tricky double.
But I said to you earlier, Cheryl, if I'm the Canadians here, I'm leading by 3. This is where I need to put the foot on the throat. I need to hold them to 1. It's setting up here as if they're going to get a deuce again.
Yeah, don't keep letting them back in the game, because that's, you can see the firelight under Russia. They don't go away. Give them a deuce back here, and everybody gets a little tighter. You're getting close to the end of the game. That's why with Russia, and it's working for them, but I don't know that I would have risked as much in those earlier ends, because you keep this game close. Everybody gets a little tighter as you get closer to the end. You let Homan get a big end and get away from you, and it's a pretty tough haul to get back.
This is a dangerous call too, Cheryl. You got to get through the port. You ever hit your own, you're in trouble, and it's so easy to roll out here. Oh, they got it.
Nice saver.
Yeah, got away with it. Both teams kind of a hurry up offense here. You can tell they're trying to bank some time that they lost in that end that took forever.
And they've both used their timeouts. Unlike in our national championships, when you get two 90-second timeouts, at the world level you only get the one.
The
single.
She threw that real good.
It actually did nothing.
Let's loop around it here. Try to keep it slightly in front of the tee line. Force Canada to play a run back.
Пока много. Нет. Пока много линий. Воу. Линия будет. Внимание. Свип. Свип линия. Свип. Да, линия очень. Давай, Кир, давай. Во. Надо. Нет.
So that brushing to avoid the guard has taken it to the back of the four. An update for you now. Czech Republic with a 5-2 lead over the U.S. And this is the final stone for the U.S. skip out of Madison, Wisconsin. This is Nina Roth making a second appearance. She played in Swift Current back in 2010. That was when Andrea Schopp won. And she played with Erica Brown. Uh-oh. Look out now. And that'll be a steal of one.
Let's keep our brooms on it. Lisa's came down more than we thought it would. I think draw for hammer speed. Okay.
So Czech Republic here is looking to win two straight.
What a great start that would be.
Just talking about keeping their brooms down, maybe those spots picking a little bit. They had that one of Rachel's, and even the weight maybe just coming down a touch from what it was early in the game.
Oh, no. Can't be heavy here. No. Whoa. No, never.
9.
No.
It's trying to slow down.
No.
Should have gone by it.
No. Sit.
And they will go by it.
How'd that feel, Rach? Like draw for hammer?
I think so.
Yeah.
You think so?
Just better
You felt
there
real
than
close out of my hand.
Yeah. Lisa's really halted. I mean, you were on the tape.
This is the only game on this Sunday for Team Canada.
Sorry.
Tomorrow, Monday, they will play a split shift. They'll play in the morning against the Americans. And then in the evening draw, they'll play Switzerland.
Why couldn't you tap that, Cheryl? Tap that yellow on the reds at 3. You might set up a double, but Rachel would have to play it, and then you score your 2 automatically. This works, though, too, as long as the run back isn't made.
Yeah, and it's a short run back.
Mm-hmm.
Those split shift days are hard. You know, tomorrow they're up early. You try to go back and have a nap in between, and then you've got a late night tomorrow night. So great to only have the one game today and be able to get back and get some rest.
Anna Sidorova, similar situation to Rachel Homan. Her hits are good, 88%. It's her draws, just 69% so far.
Not light either.
Well, this is running.
Gonna create a pocket back here, maybe.
Just didn't like that call. It would have been so simple to tap that yellow.
It's just, yeah, you're grouping the stones.
Yeah.
You have hammer. All you're doing is now you've left a pocket, or you would have left a pretty easy run.
Okay. Just right to the back, too.
Yeah.
And Rachel just had an opportunity to throw this. It's pretty much the same exact shot she threw in her first.
Here, Rach, how are you throwing it? Same thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, got rid of. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, it was.
Heavy. It's floating.
No. It's not curling at all. Never.
Now this seems to really be running 13-8.
I don't know what to do.
Just needs to sit.
It's got to
curl. Curl.
Automatic 4.
Oh,
Can they see enough of that red to hit a dead on?
they can.
Yeah, just, eh?
Match for line.
Oh boy.
They score 4, Vic, if they get enough of this red one.
Just get to the nose of it.
Hard to get to the nose with any weight. Very hard.
Too less weight, it just didn't curl.
Yikes. Yeah, there's a great shot of it. You have to get to the center line. You can.
I think he got all of it, Russ.
You do?
Yeah, I think it's just all.
You need 3/4 for sure. Depends on the weight they're throwing here. If they're going to throw normal, they got to get at least 3/4. If they're going to throw it lighter, they got to get more than that. Yeah, there's a good shot of it. It's there. It's definitely there for 4. They're going to throw pretty soft weight, Cheryl, so that means they have to get even tighter to the guard. So you can't hit half of this with that weight, or you'll just jam it.
I feel like I'd want a little more weight.
I would too, to kick the back red. And
yep.
You could throw this soft and get 3.
Boy, oh boy. Got a great opportunity here. And it's Sidorova. Got to get it by first. Oh, they saved it for her, and they'll pick up 3. Great brush. Kira Ezek. Alexandra Raeva. And the Russians, they just won't go away. Well, as we mentioned, this is the only game of the day for Canada. They have the split shift tomorrow. So we will be with you. Make a note now, the 24 hours or the 12-hour difference. We'll be with you later tonight, Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 Pacific, which will be 9 a.m. Monday in Beijing as they play the Americans and Nina Roth of Madison, Wisconsin. So Russia scores 3 and 6, and here we are tied at 7, and we're only playing in 7. And it will be the Canadians that do have last rock playing the Red Stones.
I'm sorry, Vic, and Canada got lucky there because that rock, when they hit it, when Russia hit those two for the double, it dragged and ticked out the...
Just ticked it enough, didn't it?
Yeah, other yellow Russian stone, so it wasn't for 4.
Crazy game. Russia really shouldn't have given up 3 in the first end. That 3 came out of nowhere. Couple strategy errors from Russia, but they, 91% effort out of Russia here so far. This thing's not long from over. I'd say first one to 10, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Gotta go. Every end. Gotta go. Hard. Come on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Great spot. Yep. Looks like it's okay.
Oh, they got the flip too.
Very nice.
Right underneath.
Yeah, you see this drag here on this back yellow. It could have been for 4. But when Anna hits this, it kind of drags it to the left and just ticks that back yellow one out.
Great job by the front end to pick up the 3. And we're tied at 7.
You have to hand it to Team Russia here, Cheryl. Like, the 3 right off the bat, and it's like, I don't know, how do we catch up? You get the 2 and recover just to give a 2 right back. Rachel makes the shot of the year to score a 2 when you had them in trouble. And they come right back with the determination to get that 3. It's pretty impressive. It's the 2 that Rachel made, like the in-off. Russia had to be going, you got to be kidding me.
I for sure, I mean, at least they're giving up a steal there of 1, but to get a deuce, that was an incredible shot. You just wonder, though, for Russia, maybe that was the best thing that happened for them. They didn't make it through to the Europeans. They, you get a little bit like, oh, I guess we do have to perform when, maybe it's been a little easier route for a few years. And because this is the best I've seen them play in a long time.
Yeah, less games, more time to practice. They're at home that much more often. Yeah, Rachel dialed her schedule back this year too, right?
They did.
Remember last year they took the red eye from the Continental Cup in Las Vegas to get to the provincials just in time to throw their practice rocks. They didn't get through their provincials. You can only peak for so many events.
Yeah. And Anna beat, I think it was 4 out of the 6 games they played in their Russian qualifying event to come here against Moiseeva again. So, you know, she's had to come back and beat her and play well against her to get here.
You might lose every single rock here if you throw this hard enough. The 2 yellows can definitely go, and the 1 red's gone. It might catch the red at the back. It's close.
And one more turn, and not quite.
Oh, they would have loved that out of there, because a blank end here would be great for Team Canada.
I was just going to say to you, if I am Rachel Homan, I might think about trying to run this right through.
Yeah.
It's not it right now. It's not my kind of game. We can't stop them at the moment.
Well, no, and especially if you're not going to get a deuce here. So if it's going to work out, you don't want to get forced.
An update for you: Denmark and Sweden as they play in the 7th. Denmark sitting the 1, so it looks as if this is a chance now for Sweden and Anna Hasselborg to score 3. Sweden has won 8 world championships. The last was Annette Norberg in 2011. So that will give them a 5-2 lead as they go to 8.
Well, Anna's had an incredible year this year, and this is her first Worlds, but looks awfully comfortable.
Chance to roll over or make the double didn't happen there, so the force still alive here for Russia.
We'll see Sweden later in the competition, of course, but Maria Pritz is coaching the team.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, she's been with them all year. Pretty good coaching.
And Maria, if you follow the world level, through the 4 stones for Margareta Sigurdsson, of course. And had some legendary battles with Canada.
That's the era that Rachel was looking for here, to get that blank available. Russia throws a ton of weight on those hits.
Throw it straight. You can't stay where I let it go.
Да, я думаю.
Просто в ту сторону, с
all
двух
they've
футов не
got to
встаём,
work
он не
with.
доваливает явно.
We'll just come down and try and
Yeah.
corner it.
Try to force a jam. Almost 6 feet of curl asked for here. That's beautiful surface.
But isn't it interesting? We talked about this in St. John's during the Brier. Jamie Barrasso was the head ice maker there. He has his tendencies. His ice is somewhere in between 4, 5, maybe squeaks 5.5,
Right.
but not much more than that. He would rather have it a little straighter and force the players to adjust their deliveries. Here, Hans Vutrick from the Shorty Jenkins school loves curl.
King of swing.
Right?
Great attempt. The line was perfect.
Want to take a moment here as Rachel gets ready to throw here. There's a member at the Ottawa Curling Club who has been diagnosed with ALS. His name is Peter Glover. And the Ottawa Club is having a fundraising spiel next weekend to help him and his family with the medical bills. Been a great supporter of Rachel and the team. And Rachel is auctioning off on eBay one of her jerseys. So if you'd like to be part of the bidding process, we would urge you to go to eBay and type in Rachel Homan, and that will take you to the site to make a bid. An update for you now. Germany against Korea as they play in the 7th. This is the final stone for Daniela Jentsch out of Fusen. They're going to touch it. Oh, she moved it far enough. Wonderful. And she'll sit there for 2.
Nice shot.
Comes again from a curling family. You may, her father, Roland, was a Euro champion, and he was from your era.
Just not too long ago.
No, not too long ago. I stopped myself.
Thank you.
So did I.
Yeah.
A hair extra weight this time allows it to run that much straighter. This is a huge advantage for Canada all of a sudden, because you get a chance to stop that bleeding with the 3-ender, that shock of a 3. And now you have 2 hammers to 1 here coming 8th and 10th if there's no steals.
And for Russia, such a simple opportunity to force when they roll out.
Nice one, Rachel.
Want those back.
And there it is, the much needed blank for Team Canada.
They were like,
after giving up that 3 and 6. And so we are tied at 7. NCAA March Madness continues today with second round action. All begins at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on TSN 4. Number 1 seed Villanova, the defending champion, is out, losing to Wisconsin. We have a Wisconsin team in this event from Madison, the U.S. champions, Nina Roth. As we welcome you back, as we're just past 4 p.m. in the afternoon in Beijing. Canada's only game against Russia before they play the Americans tomorrow and the Swiss. We're tied at 7 as we go to the 8th. And once again, Canada will have Last Rock playing the Red Stones.
You're going to see all-out offense from both teams here. 8 would be so pivotal for a steal for Russia here to try to take control of the game. And Rachel wouldn't mind a blank, but I think she's going to go hard for a 2-ender here. So there could be a lot of rocks in play. See a little bit of frost creeping in out wide.
Hans Vutric did say that the building was getting a little warm yesterday. We noticed it. And it is a mild day again, upwards of 20 degrees.
Really good.
And you can see the discoloration right there in the blue rings.
Yeah, you can for sure. A little hot on this one. Can't kick it open here.
Pretty good chance here. You just roll a little bit. You could just sit even on the nose is not bad. Bit of a roll to the left won't hurt.
How's that for a battle?
Probably closer to normal.
Joanne Courtney's last game was 91%. 82 first game, 91%. Now that.
Well, that first game against China, And Bingyu Wang, we saw her flash a couple of stones.
Man, that curl. We can hit this outside one too.
Yeah, just that inside out. It looked, and it was the same spot in that game every time. So I don't know if she caught in a straight spot or overthrowing the weight. Whatever she was doing, it's gone.
Need a good freeze here.
Только вес такой же. Нет. Нет, 4. Линии больше. Линии больше. Линии больше.
Нет, ничего, ничего, он так же длиннее идет.
Конец 8.
Пока аут выглядит.
Just a hair heavy again.
Taps it a little bit more underneath as Canada is sitting 2.
Anything short there, Rachel Homan has to deal with it.
Top 8, top 4. Blade is not great though. Top 8, top 4. What's my tolerance?
A little light.
Can't be super light though.
There's the difference right there, I think, and you hear what's the tolerance, whereas Russia, and I think those are just mental lapses by teams and players, and that can just be you're tired or, you know, you didn't sleep good last night, travel's kicked in, anything like that, but you really have to, if you're starting to feel that way, you got to settle down in the hack and refocus, get some help from your teammates and say, hey, what is my error? What side can I, what's the pro side miss?
We're definitely to the back.
This is the amateur side miss.
We got room.
Okay, we're there.
Needs to be here. Got to be here.
I think that spot's starting to pick up, Cheryl. There's been so many out-turn draws here.
Yep.
Yeah, what's that, 4 in a row deep?
Yep.
So Margarita Fomina will have a chance to take the end away.
Только вес, только вес. Только вес. Линия, да.
A lot tighter line.
Ezek, Rayeva. Uh-oh, look at it go, look at it go.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
That curled enough. I think that red, the top red, the 1 o'clock position, yeah, right there. I think Rachel can get at that one.
It's the move it makes here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's consistent on this ice when it gets near that center line. Both turns just grabs.
And a miscue.
Really hard.
Short angle raise here. And they were just peeling the guard all the time.
Yeah, I thought they might play this red one. I think they're going to save it for the skipper because it's still there and it's hard to guard everything. If you you leave the yellow one wide open, Rachel can blast it out of there. And the red one's there too. So it's an interesting decision here for Russia.
Tell me not to listen to him anymore, okay?
Yes, sorry. Don't listen to him anymore.
That's why I thought they were playing it, because I listened to
That's right.
Why would I listen to them now? They peeled the guard.
Once only.
I promise they're going to play it at some point.
Okay.
Сашу, рейсом. Только Сашу. 7. Это до, Лань. Я понимаю. Кира. Свип, Кир. Свип.
Got to get it by.
Давай.
Oh, man.
Not a lot of worry. And they know it's going to go there.
Now they all go, don't they? Both of them.
Even if we can stick that 7, it's good. How much are you hitting now?
Yeah, even if they both don't go, you've got...
Better than that, okay.
About 3/4.
Now this is the shot I predicted a little while ago.
Now they're doing it.
Will it click that back red and get the back yellow?
I don't know with the drag.
Close. Oh.
No.
There's that extension that we were talking about yesterday. And look at them go.
It did
Goodness.
go. Yeah.
To sit 4.
What a shot. And that's where Team Russia is just not thinking. They're making brilliant shot after brilliant shot and setting Canada up.
It's just so hard to guard against that weight, too.
So there's no reason for Russia to come in twice.
No, I mean, there was no reason to set that up.
Oh, man.
Well, and so many opportunities that end deep, deep.
You hit it dead on here. You can get the triple for sure. Maybe get all four. Can't draw.
Если вот так, то у нас вообще не останется никакого варианта на...
Dead on, you make a triple for sure.
Nose, yep.
Вариант больше убрать, 3. Но если я не делаю, то мы нигде уже не спрячемся. Это большая вероятность на минус 3. Скорее всего, стей.
The shot rock will carry him onto the left hand red at the back. And one of those will go out. If they're lucky, they both go out. She makes the quadruple.
Czech Republic thinks some people would be a little surprised here, leading 6-3 over the U.S. But it's the U.S. right now who are sitting the 1, it appears. So this is the final stone for Prague's Anna Kubeshkova. In a third World's appearance. Draw the lid. And looks like it may have slid a little too far. We'll have a look.
Oh.
So they'll measure, we'll update you.
Anna had to get to the nose at least, even cross it a bit. High side was a jam.
Oh, unbelievable.
Because if she's here, I can blast high.
Threw it a million miles an hour trying to get 3 rocks out, didn't get any.
We know the ice. This is that same line.
Now you'd like to think that this, if you pick up a bundle here, would be the game.
Yep. Oh,
but
for
it's
sure.
not that kind of game. When
If
Russia's
we touch
been able
it, that's okay.
to come back time and time again.
Brilliant shot from Emma Miskew there.
I'm saying gotta be there.
We need less.
You think back in this game, though, Cheryl, there's been at least 4 times that I can think of that Russia's just thrown a brilliant rock into the absolute wrong spot. And it happens sometimes.
But again, it's the difference between winning, losing. That's too obvious. But that taking that next step.
Right.
Well, and the awareness when you're playing a team like this, like you need to play them a few times to understand the shots, and maybe the pro side miss against Homan is different than the pro side miss against another team.
As we said yesterday in that game against China,
I think you need to go for
one of the strengths of
Line's really good.
Rachel Homan is that if you make a mistake,
Need full 4. Line's great.
they take advantage of it.
Line's perfect.
Today they've
Easy,
taken
easy.
advantage of those
Clean it,
mistakes.
Stay with it.
They've just let Russia back in.
They have, I mean, because Russia's playing 90%.
Whoa, 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 whoa. That's a really
And
nice spot.
in
Rach.
again,
Really
they
good.
come. Here they are. So sitting 4.
Quicker than even,
But there's further to your point, that slide path now is becoming very fast.
Yeah, it's quick down there, and just I think so many rocks, and you see 1 or 2 slide down there, and they're slowly correcting.
Nose hit, Cheryl, you make the triple. You might get 4. You might even, if you hit it right where the broom is, you might even get all 5. But let's say you make the triple. You stay there. Your shot rock and third shot. Rachel will then have a double for a couple.
And this is the second time for Anna to throw this.
Yeah.
So she saw it on her first one.
Just right dead on. You get those 3. The middle one goes back and kicks that back red one. One of them goes out. If she's lucky, they both go out.
Any chance something will come off and there's a catcher right around 9 o'clock. Final stone for Russia. Anna Sidorova. Now, how many? Oh, boy.
Yeah, she got 3, and she's
sitting the shot stone.
And 3rd.
Yep.
That was pretty nice.
Very nice, Cheryl, because the double jams.
Like, clip this, she steals. You could play it like a heavy draw, just touch the hair.
Okay, I don't mind that.
The key was hanging around.
Like back 8, if you clip this with back 8.
Kind of saved on her own.
They gotta move that yellow.
They threw
Tearing back house weight.
She was kind of fortunate that she had her own to save off of.
So you got a tap for 2 only.
That's pretty close.
Which I'm sure
it
Rachel
seems like
would
the
take.
speed's the same here. I gotta move it like 2 inches, eh? Yeah.
Just back 4, back 8.
Yeah, they're lined up right into the Canadian stones.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the easy double.
There's 2 yellows there.
So.
Just got kind of
They've thrown
lucky.
this path quite a bit.
Yeah, should be up to speed.
This is not a gimme either. Obviously, you can tick your top one, roll in for 1. But they won't be very happy with 1 the way this thing was. They're laying 5 with a hammer a minute ago.
You at least want your 2.
8. Yep. Yes. 9. Whoa. Yes.
So Courtney and Weigel
All the way.
need to touch that shot rock, move it back to possibly score 2.
Hard.
Oh, they did very well to score 2. Joanne Courtney, Lisa Weigel feathered it by that second Russian stone. Canada is back in front. Not far from the Capital Indoor Stadium is the Beijing Zoo, and this is Sichuan Park. What a game it's been. Canada with 2 to take a 9-7 lead as we welcome you back on our second day of coverage. So this was the measurement earlier, and boy, isn't that interesting. So there was no difference. Plank goes on the board. Who would have thought?
Don't see that very often.
Not very often.
Oh, that's unbelievable. Usually if you if it's tied, you tighten the measure a little bit and you get a little bit different resistance.
As long as it's in.
Or you point at something, and when the other person looks, you move it. That's still one of the funniest things ever. That was that when the power failure at the Brier, remember it was
Guy Hemmings.
Guy Hemmings changing the scoreboard.
Oh, right.
It was great. Well, you have to look at Russia, coming in here. They were 10% less hammer efficiency than Team Canada. They've managed to increase that. With hammer, every time they've had hammer, they've scored 2 or more.
Okay, straight peel's fine.
Yeah.
Right through. This won't do much, Ham.
No, it's pretty straight.
Okay.
Joanne Courtney. So we in a debrief, as all the teams do. And maybe a good time for the Canadians to have the evening off before they play the U.S. and Switzerland tomorrow. Play coach for me. Sharon, what are you saying to the team?
Well, to Team Canada, I think you're looking at, first of all, you played a really hot team. So that's one of the things I think you're saying is we came up against a team that made some shots that, they couldn't counter a couple ends. It just brilliant shots. But they also had their chances. And so I think you just keep doing what you're doing. There was a couple times where they got caught being heavy on some paths, which that is more communication. Maybe you're a little tired. You got to talk a little more.
From that view, it looks like Korea is sitting 1 at the back edge of the button. So a chance to draw in here for a couple. They trail Germany 7-4. This team from Yusong, skipped by Yeonjung. The reigning Pacific region champions. fact, back in October at Okotoks. 2 it is. Not far from Calgary. About 15 minutes, I believe. They beat Rachel Homan in an event there, 6-5.
They did. You know, I think the other thing you get excited about for Team Canada, or that you look at it as a positive, is every time they've had the hammer, they've done something with it.
True.
They've scored their points, and sometimes you're going to have games like that where you're going to play well, the other team's going to make some turnover shots that really put some pressure on you, and those are the games that you come out of there with a win and you go, hey, we managed the scoreboard, we used the hammer correctly, we didn't give up any steals, which is massive, we didn't get forced, so lots of positives.
Team Russia just keeps hanging around, though, don't they? Guard it up at least one more time.
I think if you were Team Canada and you knew you were going to win those games, these tight games, you take those over running away, you know, on the field. They did a little bit of that with the Scotties. Team Canada did. They ran away with a lot of games, and sometimes that gets a little bit, you know, nerve-wracking when you get down to playoff weekends, when you've had all those games that you've had control, you haven't been pushed. So I think if you know you're going to get a win out of it, it's pretty good to get pushed and get forced to some tough shots and some pressure shots.
No. Okay. Clean.
Emma Miscue.
Whoa.
Now it's late enough in the end. You guard it one more time. Canada might just draw for 2, so you're going to hit it, try to roll away, and there will be a double here, even if this rolls wherever you want to roll. There's going to be an angle here for Canada. These are always tough. You hit it dead on, and Canada's going to make the double, so a lot of pressure to roll somewhere. Not there.
Yeah. Where do you have to hit?
Same as my blankets out there.
Always the same.
Same throw?
Rachel Homan goes up the ice, and there's a couple of little low fives from
Very
Joanne
subtle.
Courtney and Lisa Weigel.
Those are kind of Canada low fives, the subtle.
Yeah.
No.
Not a lick here.
Come up a hair.
Nothing.
Come up.
Talking. 1 and 2.
And Russia had to roll there.
Here, wide slide. Thanks. Thanks.
Now what do you do, Cheryl? Do you blank and try for 3 and 10, or do you go around this thing?
I don't know. I think I'd try and go around it. What about you?
Well, yeah, other than it's Rachel Homan.
Yeah.
You know, where do you put it? You put it in the T line. She's making that. You go back 8. She just draws. 6-1, isn't it?
4 sheets in play here at this Capitol Indoor Stadium, opened back in 1968. There's 17,000 seats here.
Yeah, Sash.
They've both had threes this end, or this game.
I like to roll a little bit. Dead on allows Russia to hit it dead on and not be in the rings. Makes that blank a hair easier.
Clean. Oh. No. Off. Yeah, you can clean it. No. Just trying to roll a bit.
side. Sorry. Rolled it.
Both teams picked up some time. Watch this out turn. She Anna kind of has the handle straight, and then she kind of turns it a little bit and then kicks it out with her fingers. Allows that rock to kind of hang a little bit.
The delivery, though, right? High on the toe.
Yeah, and then
just
down.
sort of
Sinks.
comes down. Huh? And there we will put a blank on the board in 9. And so Russia will have the last rock. They'll have the hammer coming home, but trailing. Canada leads it here on this Sunday in Beijing.
The 2017 World Women's Curling Championship is brought to you by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for 22 years. The 2017 World Women's Curling Championship is brought to you by Home Hardware, homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice. By Cashmere Bathroom Tissue, nothing feels like cashmere. And by Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada.
Oh, we have our first final, and it's a win for Germany. 10-6 over Korea. And so that's for Daniela Jentsch of Fusen. Her record is now 1-2. And the Koreans, skipped by Yeon Jung, are now winless in 2 games.
Давайте, вес очень надо параллельно. Ниже, ниже. Еще, пониже, красненькая нужно. Да.
Both corner guards up here for Team Russia in a good spot. No double available at this point.
It is Russia that does have last rock, playing the Yellowstones, down by 2. Canada trying to win 3 straight. It's their only game on this Sunday in Beijing.
It's been a really great game by both teams.
Oh, for sure.
Joanne Courtney. 1. And we'll roll it all the way over.
That's could be a problem rock, too. You come around that yellow, there's no real port, I don't believe. Yeah, I think if both teams continue to play at this level, I'd be pretty surprised if they don't make the playoffs.
Alexandra Raeva.
You just never know in a long round robin, do you, Cheryl? Like you play your 11 games, and you just pick a team. It's Denmark. If you play them and it's their best game of the 11, you might lose. And if it's your 4th best game of your 11, it depends on how it matches up, isn't it? You're not going to play perfect every game, and either's your opponent.
No, and even for Team Canada, they've got to peak. They had to peak at their provincials, and it was a round robin. They had to peak for the Scotties, and they have to peak again here. So, for them, rest, recovery, that's going to be big. Russia hasn't had a long of a route. They haven't played as much this season. They didn't make it to Europeans. I think it was only best of 6 for them to get here.
Only 30 games on the tour.
So all those things taken into account. Have you played enough, but are you getting enough rest? It's a balancing act.
Almost kicked that yellow one in, and you can actually split that yellow one in very easily. So it's freeze one in here, get Canada to remove Canada rocks, and you might have a chance here.
Right away, Ezek and Fomina pick up Raeva.
Да, еще проходим, Пока есть. Давай, еще, удержать.
And a little bit of an overcurl. Shot rock still belongs to Team Canada.
Whoa.
Why you say whoa?
Well, 2 up. 2 up. It would just be tempting to keep eliminating. I know what she's thinking. It's tricky to get it. You start losing red ones, and that yellow one can be promoted in on the corner there, Vic, at the 10 o'clock position.
Hair more than I've been throwing.
So it's not wrong. It's just,
Top 4, top 8.
let's say this bounces open, Russia makes the double, then there's a possible chance for a 3 because you're not hitting here.
Looks there. Clean it for line, yeah.
This is probably the best way to stop Russia from getting 2, but it's also the best way to give Russia an outside chance at a 3.
No! Touch the yellow.
Oh, and there, just as you talked about.
Yeah, there you go.
Not bad. There. Yeah. Not bad,
People. Somebody.
2 секунды.
Is nobody going to turn their clock off?
Если мы так пробьем, у нас останется здесь, вряд ли она полезет чиркая вот так. Я думаю, что она будет бить вот так двойной. Если сделает, молодец. У нее отъедет вот сюда, у нас еще будет вариант сюда.
I think they play the red double, and there's a double back for Team Canada, so.
What do you think?
It might be deep enough.
You think?
I think we need
Might
to
be.
play take out now or just using the yellows. Where?
Чтобы подвинуть их до конца 4.
Зараз. Чего хочешь? Типа это тэпнуть сюда и просто делать маленький ролл сюда.
Нормально. Кстати, больше нравится.
Yeah, that's not bad, tapping that red back roll frozen.
Нам как бы 3 надо брать, а тут вся игра уже в 4 пошла.
Ну, тебе 2 в любом случае нужно брать. Поэтому...
Не, вопрос весь. Может пригодится тоже за вами. Можно его убрать?
Может
пригодится.
Yeah, the other option try to play here and hope that she will not play the double. And even if she play the double and start...
13 секунд. Ну что, слабеньким?
Ну, давай, да.
Thanks.
4 за.
I think if you hit the red thin enough, Cheryl, and get the side of
Нам
that
обязательно
red,
нужен
there
ролл.
might not be a double. It might be deep enough.
Might be kind of even almost.
The other thing you could do is try to split that yellow one on the top, the one that's out of the rings. Hit it off the red, roll them both in. And Rachel's got a decision to make.
Have they opted to the first call where they're playing the tap on the red center line and roll frozen to the...
I think so, or the freeze. They're taking quite a bit of ice. I'm not sure. Yeah, just tap it a bit and roll would work really good if you...
Margarita, Homan up.
Oh, that they got very fortunate because they were actually playing the red to roll over.
That's pretty good.
9, у тебя 8.
Nose it.
8.
Even a hair on the inside's fine.
8.
Czech Republic and the U.S. Well, from that angle,
It's
it looks
easy,
like it
Pia.
would be
It
the
should
U.S.
move
sitting
here.
1, possibly 2. Final stone
And we
for
can
Czech
hold
Republic.
Ja, snurra du med dig.
And Anna Kubashkova.
Nej, Terka. Dennis!
Coming through the hole.
Yeah, it looks like it's perfect. It slows down.
Maybe needs a little rub to take it out. That will hang around back 8. That will give them the single to look around the edges.
Okay.
And they'll pick up the single.
Нравится приз туда.
Мне нравится, да. Хорошо. Больше веса,
No,
больше
perfect
линии возьму.
freeze, Cheryl, and Rachel wishes they would have hit earlier, I think. What do you do if you freeze that in good?
Oh, nothing. You're in tough.
You've still got that split up top, too. Just cannot move. That looks heavy. Cannot move the Canadian rock here.
Саша, готовься. Саша. О, нет.
Margarita, she wobbled coming out, so might not have been able to adjust on the weight.
Очень Кира.
There's a ton of weight.
Кира, очень Кира. Да, Саш, пробуй рольчик взять.
Саш, ролл.
На этот, да-да-да.
Oof.
No, that loosened it up and allows that one to go for sure. Might have been their best chance.
Yeah.
91% she is so far.
Stay really close, please.
Yeah.
Margarita foaming up
Should come up a bit.
as you update
Yeah.
yourself on all the
I need more ice
scores.
then.
Do you like that?
Yeah. Straight through.
Yeah, I like her age.
Let's go. My 7 curled here.
Yeah. Clean.
Oh.
Clean.
Can't. Yeah.
Clean. Yeah.
Now they got her wiggle. Courtney.
Clean. Clean. This one, Joe.
They'll pick it off the back.
Pretty good.
Little separation.
Exactly what I
Canada
needed.
covering the pin without last rock.
Thanks. I was just more consistent there.
Well, it has been a very interesting game so far when you think about Canada opening up with that 3 and early lead. You thought, okay, but look at how they went back and forth. And that 5th was a wonderful shot, again, by Rachel Homan. But again, Russia just wouldn't go away. And that's how we sit here now, 9-7. Canada leads, Russia has last rock coming home. The game story brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada.
Really smart call here by Anna Sidorova. She could have sat 2, but it would have given Rachel Homan a double. So they're going to go to that back one here.
Raeva. Ezek.
Lost the line. They wanted to cue it up on the inside, and now there might be a chance at a double here.
Yeah, the slash, out turn slash.
Nothing to lose, I don't
What
think.
if we go for the nose?
That yellow's in the way of the jam, I think.
Well, we have to hit it out, right?
Yep.
Nose hit might make the double.
It. Otherwise, it's game.
I think if you hit it real hard on the nose, it might go like that, but it might jam on it. Like, we have to get rid of one of them. So,
Well, no, I think nose. There's no way that it could go over the top, right? I guess it could. How much time do we have?
a minute.
Okay.
This is really thin.
Yeah, I think that's too tough.
Yeah.
I think I go a lot of weight. Like, try and wick this. Because if I wick this, there's no way I'd ever jam on that. They're too close together.
Okay. Air on the side of, if anything.
Nose, yeah.
Nose hit, you hit the red, the yellow hits the red, caroms over to the other yellow, and what they were a little worried about is if it misses the yellow and sticks dead on that red one, there'd be a nose hit for 3. I guess that might be possible, but as long as she stays high side here, she's good.
Same as my last.
You have to be extremely unlucky to go red and stay in the ring, Cheryl.
Yeah, and they said they'd err on the side of nosing it.
Right. And you hit it thicker.
Yeah, exactly.
Rachel Homan, final stone, leads by 2. Can you get rid of both Russian rocks? Bang, coming across. Oh, and then she stuffed it.
Only fitting that we have nobody scored a single in this entire game.
Just didn't want it to take off on
Yeah, I know.
Remember back there where they could have hit with Emma's and they decided to freeze in there.
I don't even know if it would have gone anyways.
It was pretty risky.
Нет, Кира.
Hit and stick for 2. Does this take off on her now? And well done. To pick up the 2 in 10. We're tied at 9 and we're going one more. It's the only game for Team Canada on this Sunday in Beijing, day 2 of the World Women's Curling Championship, presented by Ford of Canada. And they're going to go one more in a 9-9 tie. Look at that scoreboard.
That's amazing.
Just the one blank. It came in 7. No one has been able to shut down the other team, hold them to a single. But Canada will have the last rock. They have the hammer here in this extra, playing the Redstones, trying to win 3 straight.
And they've got that weapon of Lisa Weigel, and that tick shot here would be huge. A couple of those.
Perfect. Roll it hard, right over.
Look at that.
Perfect.
Good game. Good game. Good game.
Well, Czech Republic, I think this may be considered a surprise to many as they pick up a 7-3 win over the U.S. So Anna Kubishkova of Prague has now won 2 straight to start. And the USA and Nina Roth, who are the next opponents for Canada out of Madison, Wisconsin, are now 1-2.
And their win was against Sweden, who's one of the favorites. It's funny. Same thing again. It's in a very similar spot.
Can't, never. No.
Well, Canada came in as the lowest team allowing steals, and part of the reason for that, they only allow on tour stolen ends 16% of the time, and that's because of Lisa. When you have that and that ability to open up the front, you're not going to give up very many steals, so that puts Russia in pretty tough. And Canada's only given up 1 stolen end already in this event, so in the 2 games they've played.
Well, 9 points for Canada given up. Rachel Homan, only the 2nd time in her world career. This is game number 30 for her. The only other time a 9 was scored was Binia Felcher, who beat her in the final.
That's right.
And she gave up 9 points.
Yeah, they don't, you know, they average giving up about 5.5 points a game, so 9's pretty incredible.
I wouldn't mind getting that yellow nibbler just in case. On the way by here.
Gotta go for a roll. Gotta go, Em.
Get that yellow guard a little higher so that when Team Canada plays that out turn peel, it might go onto that corner guard, kick back into the middle. Maybe just throw like a long 1 or a 2, just up a little higher.
35. Лучше. Ира.
Линия отлично.
Мне кажется, можно вес.
Воу.
Yeah, that's a better spot. Now it's tricky to peel.
I think we gotta go over the top. Split off of it. To do this?
Yeah.
Half.
Here, go thick.
Okay. Quarter. I think a third kind of does that.
Okay.
I think half's close to getting it.
Okay.
So what am I trying to hit? Half a rock?
Just a hair wider and we're close.
Okay, half a rock?
Thick half.
Yeah, let's be conservative though.
Okay.
They're pretty far apart. Yes!
Yeah, you gotta go hard.
Boy, right out of her hand. She hadn't even released it.
I didn't have a good slide on that one.
Just not giving it a chance.
Same thing, put it right back in that same spot.
Мне кажется, есть вес.
Посмотрите, посмотрите. Нет, сам, это сам до конца.
Нет.
Это сам до конца.
Нет.
Real good.
And we have a win for Sweden and Anna Hasselberg over Denmark. So Sweden now 2-1, Denmark, and Lena Nielsen from Copenhagen 0-2.
Can't.
Look out. Oh, that's what happens. It's amazing how many teams just throw up a guard, go, oh, but no, they're never going to miss one. Get it in the right spot. And
Надо его закрыть. Аккуратно.
now Russia's got a chance here. Guard that one up a couple times. Maybe draw around it with your last one. Rachel might have to make a double and stay to win the game.
Нет, 25 лучше.
Саша,
Ближе.
Саша.
Внимательно.
Нет, нет, все, нет. Только Саша
Вау.
протирает и все. Только Саша протирает. Нет, уже валит сильно.
Нет.
Нет.
Оу. Нет. Нельзя. Нет.
Ой, неплохо.
Нормально.
Замануха.
Would have been better to guard that thing.
Come up here.
I thought Rachel might take a shot at the double here.
I think she's just going to sit right there on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good spot. Anything that Russia does, they've got their own to.
Clean it.
If you do play the double, don't you risk leaving your shooter sitting there?
Yeah, if you over curl, yes, yeah.
Push.
But they're leaving a center guard here now too. So.
Hey, sweet. Sorry? Yeah, I didn't want to throw it much straighter than that because I was worried about it floating.
Could just angle freeze to this one, Cheryl, if you wanted. Just gonna go around everything.
Key to this one is being back far enough that make that little run tougher.
Два, три, четыре за. И максимально. Если мы проходим гард, все это, то прям максимально вот туда затирать.
Там доваливается, мы сюда прям.
Что думаете с весом-то?
Ай, так, давайте единичку, мне кажется. Мне кажется, здесь похуже, чем с сыром.
Да.
If you could completely bury it, then Rachel's going to get pretty close to the guard on her last one.
Yeah, like almost over curl it.
Тиза! Мне кажется, надо будет вес, Саша. Кира, линия супер.
Свип, линия очень, да!
Skip Stones.
Вес!
Anna Sidorova.
Воу! Свип! Саш!
Воу! Свип!
Саша!
Свип!
Саша!
And going deep. And around they go, and they'll take it to the back four.
Swept it way too far. I think they wanted the separation, but they weren't watching the line.
Over curled it, came out the other side almost.
I gotta be here, a hair light,
did.
gotta guard it, and I've got the button.
Okay, we have seen this, so.
That just shows
Yeah,
how much
just-
curl there is.
Here, can't do that at all.
So we gotta, if we
Just
have
do
the
it.
line, we can tap it again.
Yeah,
but
we
need
but we
line.
don't really want to tap, right? Like
No.
top button here.
Yeah,
Okay.
like,
If we're if
Need some
we're
ice.
here.
At least I can run it. Just gotta guard it.
Okay.
I've got an in and off. I've got the. I think it's the button though. I think this might be minimum ice.
yeah, I think if you throw it straight, this is pretty nice.
Okay.
I really like Joanne's involvement. Like, she's always down there making sure she knows where the rock needs to be as a brusher. I think that's such a huge, lesson for junior teams. You don't need to be hugely involved in the strategy, but to be down there and be so aware of where the rock needs to be makes a big difference in the brushing.
It's a little slower here, you think?
It seems to be running pretty close.
I think it's running okay. I think if you throw close to that weight from 8.
Okay.
They're saying it's the same here. You'd have to think
If it's skating out, we really gotta tap it.
Hey,
might be a hair slower here.
You think that's same as my top four?
Yeah, I
A little
think so,
slower
like
this
that.
way?
If anything, it's going to be a little bit slower this way.
Okay.
Top 4.
Mine's really good.
Rachel
Yep,
Homan and her
one.
first.
Gotta go.
Courtney Weigel
It's really curling.
Tap it up.
Keep
trying
going,
to
keep
save
going.
this one for
Heads down.
the
Keep
skipper.
going.
Heads down. Go.
Just keep your heads down. Now you're going to play the tap up.
Go, go, go.
A little bit more. No, they'll come up short. And so shot stone remains Russia.
It was perfect.
That had no chance. You're talking about it maybe picked.
Well, nobody played on that side. That's my guess was slower. They're saying not, but she's got that in off, Cheryl. Off their the Russian yellow one on the corner.
That might be where they end up playing.
They got very lucky that it curled as much as it did because the yellow's still exposed.
So what's your defense here against an in-off? Do you come in again? As in this extra, we're going to see Daniel Raphael.
He could play the same come around, but Rachel's left a double raise. She got a little lucky.
You freeze down right to the face of your own.
With the out turn.
Yeah, well, that's not the
Нет, мне
reason.
кажется, надо вести, потому что у него вот это двойное есть, и нам лучше, чтобы он стоял здесь камень.
Yeah, I think so. It's not easy, but still makeable. What if... I'm thinking of playing somewhere here. I think so. Not that bad. If not, then we can stop somewhere here. Even if we're here, still fine. We need to make a double. Yeah.
Ну, короче, изначально мы везем
What do you
туда,
often say,
правильно?
Russ? Sometimes your best card is second shot.
Second shot, yeah. And I think it's because it's Rachel Holman. That yellow double, we've seen her make those way too many times.
Like where her broom is coming in top four. Worst case, you slide frozen on your own.
Если нет, то мы оставляем все это выше, вот так вот, это тоже
I think
всё нормально.
you're right. I think the perfect shot is quarter buried,
Top four.
sitting two.
Единственное, что мы не хотим, это чтобы он перевалил. Он
You
переваливает.
leave it wide open, there'll be a little yellow double though.
And you can't rub off because then there's an easy double.
То я легко его убрать
Если мы
его.
очень близко к тому везем, к желтому,
Половина камня торчит.
The guard guarding the red, the two reds is the best shot if you didn't think Rachel could make that double.
Да. Вот так я подкручу, я думаю.
You know she throws them funny.
Can't see a lot of that yellow one either. You could even just
Да, тут всё раскатано.
peel that yellow one on the left-hand side and make her play that come around again. Rachel's going to have something.
Yeah, the concern for Russia coming top four is you ever just rub off.
Yep. And we're thinking it's a hair slower here.
На чем? Две?
О, вес.
Final stone right now. They have a stolen point. Russia.
Oh,
No.
Ouchie.
Oh, yes. It's flashing. Oh.
gotta be kidding.
And timeout being called by Canada. Watch the red lights.
Мне кажется, это было сильновато.
Наверное, он хотел бы, это было пошире.
Oh, that finger just late.
Just.
Boy.
We'll definitely clip it. Okay, 3/4
That is really close.
Half gets it.
Kind of weight do you like?
Well, it's a shame to see something like that.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just added at the end here.
Right there.
Yeah.
Sure, I like
So the
Index
front edge
finger.
is the front edge.
It is the
Yep.
front edge.
You have to have your fingers released by the time that stone reaches.
Just trying to pick the weight here. We don't
There.
want to, like,
Yeah, the index finger kind of put the extra rotation on.
with peel. We just want to make sure that something.
You know, you think back to the Brier and watching somebody like Kevin Cooey, who's
Yes.
Whole delivery is that little second touch.
It's the same thing.
And how often do you think?
Still think it might stick. I think here is losing everything.
I still think it's probably sticking around. I don't mind easy peel.
As I said earlier, Rachel got lucky in her first one because this is here.
It'll come up here,
The yellow one's partly open if you want to come around and chase it, or you've got this double raise.
Half, we can hold it there.
What are you playing here, Cheryl?
I kind of like the pick on the yellow one.
Yep, I do too.
This, you got to get the weight right, the angle right.
Just thinner.
And the yellow doubles there also.
Easy peel.
Oh, yeah.
So it's red,
with
red.
the kind of rushers they've got.
Yeah, I think that pick would be there.
Yep.
Especially this angle now, seeing it a little bit better.
Easy peel.
Yeah, should curl up.
Yep.
Trying to win a third straight. A double bump.
Yep.
Trying to hold it for her. Weigel. Courtney. Bump it up. Oh, and they got it. Very nice. Double angle raise to get shot rocked.
Very nice.
And they will pick up the win. And what a win it is. Make the final 10-9. And Canada wins 3 in a row in Russia.
I don't think it mattered. Yeah, 2.
Slips to 1 and 2. Bang, bang, got it. And they bring that stone into play. The raised rock top 8 is your winning point. Yeah, it was that kind of game. Lots of deep breaths and obviously a disappointed Anna Sidorova, who hogged her last rock and couldn't put a guard on the shot stone. So Canada, top of the table, with Switzerland and Czech Republic, your only undefeated teams. We still have 3, Denmark, China, Korea, looking for their first wins. This is the only game for Canada today. They're back on the ice on Monday for 2 games. Their first against the Americans and Nina Ross. Make a note, it comes your way Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. That is 9 a.m. Monday morning in Beijing. TSN 1 and 3. So till we talk with you again Sunday evening, thank you for joining us. The World Women's Curling Championship, presented by Ford of Canada, is here on Canada's sports leader, TSN.